as Lowe's e-gift cards. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. Valid through 12/31/22. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty terms. Subject to change. U.S. only.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. With gas prices at all-time highs, now's the time to donate.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With your donation, you'll receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher, so donate today.
Helzberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Got It Right. Tim needed an engagement ring. He did research, listened to hints from his fiance's friends.
She wants a lab-grown, oval cut, and white gold with a halo.
And he went to Helzberg Diamonds. At Helzberg, Tim found an incredible selection of high-quality, lab-grown, and natural diamonds. He also found the ring she really wanted.
Nailed it. She is gonna freak.
Be like Tim. Find the ring of her dreams at a Helzberg near you or at Helzberg.com. Ask now about special financing offers.
What is hope? Hope to me was just that he would get to come home. I had no idea how hard it would be once he got back.
I wish she'd stop drinking so much. She thinks it's helping, but it's not. I hope she sees that soon.
I act like I don't care if he comes to my games, but I hope he does.
I used to hope he'd find happiness again. Now I hope our marriage makes it.
I hope Grandpa will get help. He thinks it's too late, but it's not.
With everything that he's going through, I hope he sees a counselor. I just want my brother back.
I hoped he'd get help. Stop hoping things would get better on their own. He told me to stop asking. I didn't. Then one day he asked for a ride.
Hope is knowing there are other families just like yours, that the veterans they love got help and recovered. Go to maketheconnection.net and turn hope into action.
For over 35 years, Health Partners Plans has been proudly caring for people in the community. Our nationally recognized Medicaid plan offers a growing network of doctors and hospitals so you can get care close to home. Health Partners can help you get the care you need, including doctor and hospital visits, prescriptions, immunizations, eye and dental care, and more. To learn more, please call 1-800-553-0784 or visit hpplans.com. Health Partners, trusted care where and when you need it.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
And it starts now. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Good morning. Nice to see some familiar faces. Bob, Jamie, you look a little different. I just can't place it.
Do I sound different?
You do. You sound a little different.
Okay.
You sound a little different.
Good morning.
Egan, you look a little more masculine.
Whoa, whatever.
A little more rugged.
What an unfair shot.
I don't know what it is there. And Coach is back.
Hello.
Good to see you. I'm here with my napkins just in case I get another nosebleed. It's been 3 days in a row of nosebleeds, and I'm saying to myself, it's come right around 8 o'clock the last 3 days, so I'm hoping we do not have a nosebleed today. Anybody a nosebleedsman?
I am not.
Unless I've been elbowed in the nose playing sports, no.
I don't know that I've ever had a bad nosebleed.
Really?
In all honesty, yeah. Never broke a nose. Got hit there plenty, but no, my nose doesn't bleed all that much.
Devon, your parents were good enough though to get your nose set when you broke it.
Never broke it.
So you never broke it.
Never broke it.
You got an elbow
just
to
enough
it.
to get an elbow to make you bleed, but never broken.
You ever break your nose, Connor?
No, I haven't. Not that I'm aware of. I've gotten hit in the face a bunch, but nothing to break it. Oh,
yeah, I don't think.
right.
I think it was one of the things where my parents said, "Oh, come on, there's not a problem with your nose," and I have a bump on my nose. Where later in life, a doctor looked at it and said, "When did you break your nose?" I said, "I don't think I've broken my nose." And he goes, "Oh, you've absolutely broken your nose. It's fused." And I'm like, "That's great."
Now, thinking back, is there a time where you think?
Yes.
You
Oh,
did?
yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Whether it was street hockey, whether it was just something on just playing as a kid, knocking around.
Mm-hmm.
I was constantly busting something, whether it was breaking an ankle, busting up a knee, or something. I was the king of falling and knocking stuff down. So, but my parents were great about walk it off. Walk it off. Come on, it's not a big deal.
I'm with that.
Don't be a wimp.
Yeah.
My parents. There was a handful of times I should have gotten stitches.
Yeah.
But it was the old Band-Aid over the.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, don't worry.
I remember breaking my wrist, but I refused to go to the hospital, and I just toughened it out, as we would say around. Yeah, just thug it out.
Yeah, thug it out.
Thug it out, wrap it up, and eventually it healed up, and I was all good.
My daughter will forever tell her children,
I know I broke my wrist.
About breaking her foot twice. And both times I did not take her to the doctor.
Why is that?
Because I thought, walk it off.
Mm.
You'll be fine. And both times her foot was broken. And she said, I am telling my kids that we're going to the doctor because your grandfather said, walk it off. And both times, one time her foot exploded when she took her shoe off.
Yeah.
Because I said, just walk it off. It'll be fine. She goes, I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And when she took her shoe off, it exploded.
Yeah.
I can see that.
My ankle did that when I broke it the first time.
I had a bone bruise in my ankle.
A bone bruise?
Bone bruise.
What does that mean?
Well,
just swells up?
They thought they wish I would have broken it. That's how bad the bone bruise was. They had me in a boot, and I had to wear the boot for a few weeks, but they wish I would have broken it. So that's the bone bruise.
Ooh.
Yes.
That is not good.
No, it was not. Good. No, it was not. That's how I became kind of close with Mo Spates and Royale Ivy at the time.
Oh, yeah?
Walked in the locker room with the boot, and they started laughing, and then we had a conversation, and they respected it. So
they're laughing at you?
Yeah, they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, I'm here. I'm still here.
You're coming to work.
Yeah, you can't be a media member and show up in a locker room with an injury.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't go over well.
But it did. It did. After a while, it was perfectly fine.
What would you get told back in the day?
What
you hit your typewriter?
Yeah, once
something?
the teasing gets done and it gets down to, I mean, what are you going to say? I was out in the driveway shooting with my kid and I turned my ankle.
Not good.
Nah, it doesn't. You got to make stuff up then.
Yeah. Hey, the world's tallest sandcastle, standing at 69 feet tall,
69
was completed in Denmark July 7th, 2021. The sandcastle was made with nearly 5,000 metric tons of sand, and the structure was created by Dutch artist Wilfred Steiger with the help of 30 other sand sculptors.
You say, Willie. Now, are they using their hands? Are they using machines? What's going on here with this sand sculpture, Coach?
Well, don't you have to? You can't just
69 feet. I think there's bulldozers involved and stuff like that.
Well, to dump the sand, yeah, they'd have to have bulldozers to bring it over, but they have special tools that they use to build sandcastles.
Yeah, a shovel and a bucket.
No.
That's what it should be limited
How about
to,
the
Connor.
brick?
I
Yes,
agree.
that's what I say too.
The dollar store bucket? And
Yeah,
shovel?
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Five
Plastic.
Below, which by the way is a scam now.
Oh, 6 is sponsored.
Because now it's like Five Below. Now it's like 10 below.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's like
I
stuff
haven't
that's
been in a while.
$7.
Yeah, that's
I said, wait a minute here.
not
But you
good.
can get Mallow cups in there. When I was a chunkster, I enjoyed the Mallow cups in there.
All kinds of candy.
Tonight marks game 81 for the Phillies. To use the living on a prayer, we're halfway there for the Phillies tonight, marking game 81. We won't be doing the sports radio tripe today of let's give out midterm grades for the Philadelphia Phillies. We're not doing that today. Just like we're not doing the schedule game, Bob. Just want to tell you in case you're still keeping that paper.
I have the Eagles starting 4-0.
We will most certainly, though, be reviewing
might be a loss.
what has been accomplished. A lot of good and bad. The injury luck hasn't been outstanding either. But the question where we're going to start today is, are you more optimistic today than you were on opening day of 2022? And despite the fact that the Phillies wake up today, heading into game 81, one game out of the wild card spot behind the Cardinals, I'm sad to say that I'm not. Despite Sunday night, the Real Muto decline, Castellanos' lame sort of debut here, the fact that spring training truly was a mirage for Mickey Moniak, the Harper injury, but more importantly, the looming Harper elbow surgery on top of that, I'm finding a hard reason to spin that I'm more optimistic for a team that I thought would win 87 games. By the way, they appear to be just about there. That's right about where this team is. They're 42 wins. They win tonight, they're 43. Double it up, it's 86. I thought they'd win 87. So they're right what I thought they'd be. But the road that they took to be here is far different than I expected. But I honestly believe that this team's got a lot more negatives in its column than positives, which makes me less optimistic than I was on opening day. And I do not want to be that way. I want to enjoy the rest of the summer. I want to be excited about what their chances are. So I may need a little convincing. And that's where Bob and Devon and Connor come in this morning as we get rolling, thanks to our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White here for the pro, bringing you the 6 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show. So I may need a little convincing, but I don't want any one of the three of you to spin an argument to me that you don't believe in. I don't want you to say, well, I'm going to make you feel better by saying something that you really don't buy into. So why should I be more optimistic?
I don't know. Look. I went on the. Here you go. They're going to win 90, and get to 90 right now. You have to go 48-34. You've gone 42-38 in your first 80. That's 4 games over 500. In the remaining 82 games, can they go 14 games over 500 without Bryce Harper? I mean, you're taking away the league MVP. Are there enough things that are going well that you say, yeah, but they can overcome it? You're not just overcoming it, though. You're getting extremely better. You're talking about 10 more games over 500 better without Bryce Harper. I don't know, but baseball's funny that way. You saw it with the Braves last year, like we talked about, the Nationals a few years ago when they were 500 late in the season and wound up winning the World Series. Baseball's just funny, and the Phillies are 20-9 in their last 29 games.
How about that?
And they've won like 7 of their last 9 series.
By the way, that's Rob Thompson.
Yeah, that's exactly, Dorn. So,
correct.
Is there reason for optimism? It looks like Castellanos might be coming around. I mean, Real Muto has to hit a little bit. Maybe they found something in this Derek Hall. And if so, maybe Rhys Hoskins is expendable. But I like the way Rhys Hoskins is swinging the bat, and I'd rather hold on to him, as I said last week. I don't know. To me, maybe this is just an 84-win team, and we have to accept it without the MVP here.
They are who
we thought
they were.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I don't feel as bad then.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I sort of put this together flying home from Vegas the other day, and then I watched the weekend, and I was feeling a little bit more optimistic after they come away with a win, and they could have swept if they had just come up with a timely hit on Saturday. But that makes me feel a little better because it seems like you and Bob are both going to tell me, yeah, they are about what we expected.
Yeah, about what we expected. A little better than average, and a chance to be, especially with the third wild card that's in there, a chance to make it into the postseason. Now, of course, with Bryce Harper not there and others staying and knowing that they have to step up, how much of that also, though, is the lead that the Mets got out to? The fact that the Braves stay right there with them. If things were a little bit closer, we would probably be focusing on more so the division, right?
Correct.
Than the third wild card. And maybe you would feel a lot better. But now considering where they were a few weeks ago, 29, as you said, in the last 29, and where I remember doing the show one night and they were 6.5 back in the third wild card. I'm like, there's no way they catch up because Joe Girardi was still there.
Correct.
They're not going to get there. But now while you may not be more optimistic, they are right back exactly where you thought they were in the very beginning. Once again, with a chance to take that third wild card spot and getting into the postseason. So it's not that I'm being pessimistic. It's more of, all right, they're right there where we were. The pathway to get to where they are is a little bit different than we thought.
Yeah.
But they are still there and a chance to get in. And
Opportunity.
They're there. There's a chance. There's an opportunity.
Yeah, there's opportunity knocking. Now, Connor does the Locked On Phillies podcast, which you should all be going to YouTube and locking on to and making sure you follow along on social media. Connor, I figured you would find the most silver lining of anyone.
No, not really. I mean, this is kind of I'm on par with you guys. I'm not any more optimistic today than I was. And
Opening
I don't know,
day.
Yeah, I don't know how you could be with the injuries, but I wouldn't necessarily say I'm also less optimistic. Like, they're right where we expected them to be. This is what this team was supposed to be. Now, you said it, John, and I think everyone's really echoed it. This is not how we thought they would get here.
No.
Like, not remotely. We did not see – someone might have seen a managerial change, but you didn't see this type of stark difference between one manager and now Rob Thompson in the interim. You didn't see the injuries. You didn't see Bryce Harper going down for an extended period of time. Like it was a weird path to get here, but they're where we thought they were. The schedule's easier. They're probably still looking at the third wild card spot, and – I mean, that's where we saw them coming in, right? So
if we didn't know what the Mets were, what the Braves were right now, what anybody else was, and before the season started, John, say the Phillies get a win tonight and they go to 43-38. If we would have said at the halfway point they're going to be 43-38, I think we all would have said, "Oh, okay."
I think I may have taken that.
Yeah, I don't think we would have been more on the disappointed.
Wins.
Yeah, I don't think we would have been more on the disappointed side, is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I think we all would have kind of been like,
okay,
All right, 43-38. Okay, good. And then, and we knew the hard part of the schedule was early.
Absolutely.
So maybe we would, at the beginning of the season, been real okay with this.
I got good news for you. If you are one of these 7 teams, count the Phillies as 1 game out. The 6 teams ahead of them in the National League standings. The Phillies have the easiest remaining schedule, according to MLB Network.
Okay.
That should give you, and you're 1 game out. So that would, and there's going to be some cannibalization that goes on. The Padres have lost 4 of 5. The Cardinals appear to be not a juggernaut, if you will. So there's some positives too.
You just hope that the Phillies don't have that same losing 4 or 5.
Correct.
Somewhere along the way. They will, because that's baseball. That's the length of the season, and that's just what it is. But you hope that they're able to, as you just said, just stay competitive, stay within there, and whatever trade eventually happens at the deadline or Bryce Harper does return, that they're still in it and a chance to make some noise once they get there.
I feel better, though. I feel better because none of you guys said, are you ridiculous? You're being negative. You're being, I think it's being realistic.
Yeah.
And they're realistic. They're right about where they are.
And we don't know what they would have been any different if
Correct.
they did have a different manager at the start of the season. There may not have been that jump, that spark, that pep in their step to make them go 20-9 in their in a stretch of those 29 games. They might still be exactly where they are right now, but it played out the way that it has played out, and they have a chance.
Hey, Martin Law is Philly's original law firm for injured workers. Why don't you schedule a free consultation today? Go to paworkinjury.com. All right, I was so excited the fact that I look forward to seeing Jamie and Pat. But I was excited today, especially knowing Devon was going to be in with Bob, to be able to get a little knee-deep in what the Sixers have been doing. And the Sixers look like they are most certainly improved. Like, if you tell about the team that they took into the playoffs, if you tell me what they've got on their roster now, I would have liked their chances to beat. I liked their chances to beat Miami, honestly, before that series this year.
So did I.
I really would like it now.
No,
how they're set up.
Right.
But it's mostly the non-starters where the improvement's gone on. To me, I think the Celtics just got better. The Nets are a sinking ship. And to me, the Eastern Conference looks a bit shaken up. But even with the improvements, I still put the Sixers behind the Bucks and the Celtics. So I also need to know, who was pushing the KD stuff last week? How would the Sixers get KD? Under what circumstance could the Sixers get Kevin Durant?
First things first for me, Bob, is and John, that they are better than they were when we ended the season in the second round.
Absolutely.
The goal for me, fix the bench. And they have done that with 3 players right away fixing the bench.
I heard you at night talk about that the entire week after the playoff loss.
Fix the bench.
Fix the bench.
They have done that. They've gotten more athletic. They've gotten more tough, rugged, and I like that. And those guys can shoot too. So that's that. As far as the Kevin Durant thing, as soon as he becomes available, that's the pushing of it. All 29 teams, including Oklahoma City and the Golden State Warriors, where he played before Brooklyn, should be in conversation of seeing how you get Kevin Durant. So who is pushing that?
Because they don't have anything.
Availability
They
is
don't have
pushing
anything
that.
to offer.
Well, no,
they may have the best package to offer of anybody, though.
I agree because of Tobias Harris and the money. That's most important. And then the young piece of Tyrese Maxey, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, other teams can offer draft picks. Sixers can't do that.
They cannot.
But when it comes to, would you rather have Tyrese Maxey at 21 or a draft pick? I'll go Tyrese Maxey, a proven commodity somewhat so far. Do you go all in for Kevin Durant? You sure as hell think about it because you may have 2 of the top 3 players in the NBA if you get him here. So it's something that, of course, Daryl Morey, who wants to always make a big move. I don't think Daryl Morey's going to be satisfied if he comes out of this offseason and this is the team.
No, it's not.
I really don't. No. So, yeah, you absolutely think of going all in. And you can't – you look at the other teams that have been talked about. Miami, they're going to offer, a Tyler Hero and a bunch of draft picks and other guys.
And they cannot trade Bam.
They cannot because he would be on his rookie contract.
Right, and so
on the extension.
So Bam cannot go.
Simmons.
That's out of it.
Unless Simmons is traded elsewhere.
Unless Bam went to another franchise and they got a third team involved, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So they could do that.
Sure.
But I heard Daryl Morey say it before that 3-team trades are no-team trades. That he sort of like joked on a podcast about, 3-team trades are no-team trades because they're almost impossible to pull off.
Well, it's not true because we see it often, and we see 4-team trades, and we see reports of him wanting to be involved in 3-team trades. So for me, they are trades. They help you if you get the guy you want.
Yeah, I don't know what he meant by that.
No. I think as far as trying to orchestrate, you got to find the perfect trade partner. If I remember the context, it was that you need to have the perfect trade partner in that third team.
It's not easy, and the goal is always to win the trade, and each side is trying to win the trade. But I don't think it's impossible. As far as the Bam Adebayo part, you also see reports. And the same thing, if like Phoenix, and they talk about Kevin Durant going there, there's certain players I'm sure Kevin Durant would like for them to remain on the roster if possible, if his voice is heard. So you would you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he would want to play with Bam Adebayo if he was going to Miami because Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler are just not enough.
I don't think that to me when I look at it, am I silly to not want to give up Tyrese Maxey at all? Like,
yes.
I almost want I am.
In a Kevin Durant deal, you have
Kevin Durant who's 35?
Trying to win.
All right, well, think about this.
Okay, yeah, but you know what, though? I don't want to go through 6 years of crap, though.
But here's my thing.
I just don't want to do that again.
And listen, I didn't love the rebuild at all. Everyone who knows me would tell you that. I think I've told you that. Kevin Durant still has, at his level, I don't know if he has the level of 4 more years, but he at least has 3 more years of Kevin Durant in him while Joel Embiid is in his prime.
Well, that's the key right there. Tyrese Maxey will hit his prime probably in 3 years, maybe, right?
Yep.
2, 3 years. 2 would be quick. In about 3 years, Tyrese Maxey's going to be hitting his prime. In 3 years, Joel Embiid's going to be 31 years old. I know how much everybody loves Maxey, and I do too, and we love that. But you're gonna wait till for him to reach his prime, and Joel Embiid's going to be 31. That doesn't make you want Kevin Durant here. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. I'd trade anyone and anything,
anybody,
except for Joel Embiid for Kevin Durant.
And I realize that it is because you can't. I am the first person to tell you can't get something if you don't give up something.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's going to want Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
By the way,
and they should.
Tyrese Maxey. How much fun is it watching Tyrese Maxey hang out with James Harden?
Well, he wasn't alone.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that that's something where he hangs out more with Joel Embiid and less with James Harden. I would rather have him going back to his hotel room. I'd rather have him getting his rest. When he's the 21, he's just getting into as my man Tyrone says, he's just entering those streets. He's 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's walking into any place he wants to go to now.
Sure.
I'd much rather him walking with Joel Embiid back to the hotel, getting room service, playing video games, than hanging out with James Harden on the road.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. What happens off the floor until it affects you on the floor, I really don't care.
You think it's affected James Harden off the floor? I do. On the floor, I do.
Really? Well,
I think his lifestyle has.
It's like the same thing. James Harden's going to be one of the top, arguably 10, 15 players of all time in the NBA. If his lifestyle was different, what would he be? Wilt? Would he be Jordan? Would he be he's a hell of a player.
When he was traded here, my thing was as long as he does what he does supposed to do, 7 to 10 each night, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., I'm okay.
Do you think he did in the playoffs?
The last two games, no.
Oh, I don't think he did in 2 of the first-round games either. I think he disappeared. I think he disappeared in 4 playoff games.
Yeah,
I can't believe.
I didn't love his performance.
No, but I don't know how much his off-the-court lifestyle had anything to do with that.
I think he could also his mileage on the car. I want to see the Carfax.
Yeah, but
I think that I think everything you do in your career. I think there's a reason.
I don't disagree with that.
I think there's a reason LeBron James is playing at the level he is because of the way he lives his life.
But I also take it when Bob says that he heard from Kevin McHale that James Harden is one of the hardest working people he has ever seen in the NBA. I take that, and I take that and run with it.
Well, McHale knows work. I'll tell you, he knows a hard worker.
Yeah.
He does. He understands it.
And the guy that I spoke to that worked with him said, look, he didn't say it lightly. He pulled him aside and said, look at this guy. It was after a practice.
Not
he had a mask
because
on.
He has to, because he's a star.
Yeah, exactly.
Resist the urge. Resist the urge to give up this piece in order to Band-Aid this roster. We'll get to that next as your summer of fun continues. Welcome in. Look forward to having you hang out with us all day long. Devon's in for Jamie. Connor's in for Pat. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Did you know Bet Parks is an official betting partner of the PGA Tour? Why don't you go get the Bet Parks app today, and you can check out special boosts and wagers for the PGA Tour. You can download the all-new Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app. You're going to make your first bet risk-free up to $750. You may be a whiz at betting baseball. I'm more of a whiz at betting individual player performances than I am at betting the run line or anything like that. I've enjoyed it, but baseball's been more of a struggle bus for me. But I enjoy it because the Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app has all kinds of boosts and odds that allow me to play around, and I don't have to wager a lot to be able to have some fun as I'm watching games. And live in-game betting, it's the best. So download it now in the App Store, go to the Google Play Store, or go to pa.betparks.com. Use my promo code Kincade to get that risk-free bet. You got to be 21, and you must be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. And if you have a gambling problem, please, I implore you to call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not a radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The biggest party of the year for Philadelphia sports fans is back.
Oh, my God.
FanDuel Sportsbook presents 97.5 The Fanatic's Fan Fest, Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live.
Let's just go. All of the Fanatic hosts celebrity guests, interactive activities, and attractions.
And lots of food and drink.
97.5 The Fanatic's Fan Fest 2022.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live.
The countdown is on. This is a free event, but you will need a ticket to attend.
Keep listening for ticket giveaways, ticket rate appearances, online ticket raids, and a special offer from FanDuel Sportsbook to score tickets.
Must be 21 or older to attend.
97.5 The Fanatic's Fan Fest 2022. Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Believe it. Be there.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano here with the new voice of Spring Garden Lending, President Andy Racklin, a national player in economic development and finance. Andy!
Happy to be back, Anthony.
All right, last time we talked, you said your game plan to expand Spring Garden Lending's product lineup and open new markets, so?
We're batting 1,000, man. We opened a Pittsburgh office. We've got exciting projects going there. It's great.
Oh, that's awesome. The new product?
So Spring Garden Lending is now offering lines of credit.
Highlights?
What these revolving lines of credit do is let our borrowers move fast. It puts them on an equal playing field with cash buyers.
Oh, that's incredible. Not only is Spring Garden Lending providing bridge loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance properties to rent or flip, 30-year fixed-rate permanent financing, and now lines of credit.
That's right. Our goal is supporting developers who are challenged finding funding through traditional sources so they can provide housing people can afford. That's it.
Andy, You're impressive. That's right. Listen up, developers, investors. Touch base with Spring Garden Lending right now.
Hi, it's John Kincade. I hope you're listening to the show every single morning. You know, I'm a two-time cancer survivor. So I want to thank all of you who have joined us in supporting life-saving cancer research by donating at aacr.org/fanatic. And to our generous corporate partners, thank you for stepping up and supporting the AACR. It's the official charity of the John Kincade Show.
Pierce Phelps Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning Contractors will do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable this season. For flexible spending options on a new HVAC system, visit nopaybryant.com. With over 1,500 windows to choose from, Window Nation can outfit any home. Call 866-90Nation or visit windownation.com. For 24-hour emergency service on your HVAC system and home comfort you can count on, visit allseasonscomfortcontrol.com.
You know, donations to the American Association for Cancer Research from our listeners and corporate partners add up to big breakthroughs that benefit cancer patients worldwide. Join me. Make a life-saving donation today at aacr.org/fanatic.
Did you book the Townsend's 10th anniversary ticket?
Alona's travel agency is overbooked and experiencing delays. She needs to land a new project manager to clear her business's runways.
Yes, Mrs. O'Hara, we checked. Pygmy goats do not count as emotional support animals.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a new laundry set that provides a powerful yet gentle clean in less time, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Get up to 25% off plus $750 instant savings on select appliances. Valid June 22nd through July 13th. U.S. only. Gas dryer extra. See store for details.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay. Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hi, I'm Peter.
I'm Emma.
And our deck is TimberTech.
I'm the practical one in the family.
And I'm the designer. We chose TimberTech because I wanted a great design.
And I wanted low maintenance.
We love our TimberTech deck because it looks just like real wood.
And it's easy to maintain. I don't have to worry about the kids running around.
TimberTech was really the best of both worlds for us.
Visit Home Depot or HomeDepot.com to start your next TimberTech decking project.
Think you know Amazon? Think again. Did you know you can get paid when it works best for you? Yeah, that means you can get the money you earned directly after your shift. Or that you get benefits like healthcare on your very first day. As an Amazon warehouse associate, you'll be amazed by what you can get. To learn more about all of the benefits of working an hourly job at Amazon, go to amazon.com/hourly. That's amazon.com/hourly. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hello. Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. The John Kincade Show.
I watch TV, I play video games, and then I go to happy hour.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You know, the Staples stores are a new world of possible. They've got innovative tools for small business, remote workers, and learners. You can explore more at your local Staples store. Visit staplesconnect.com. Before we went to Vegas, we spent a day down at the beach, just drove down the shore and went all the way to Cape May and then came back up because we were going to the concert Saturday night at the Hard Rock.
Right.
And I was heartbroken to find out that the hotel where we used to stay in, the motel where we used to stay in Cape May, was torn down this past winter. The Mount Vernon, which was First and the Beach, right at Beach Drive there, First and Beach Drive. So I'm waiting to see the Mount Vernon, go up and look, and it's gone.
Yeah.
And they tore it down. And I'm like, okay, so it seems like a lot of the motels are gone. And now everything is condos.
Everything is a condo or hotel.
Or hotels.
No more motels.
There's no more.
They ain't looking for you to come one night, John. They want you there for a long time.
Exactly.
They want you there to stick. But the thing is, though.
And they want your card. You can't use cash anymore.
No, there's no cash.
Like motels, you used to be able to use cash.
Oh, yeah, you could use cash, right?
Yeah.
But the Mount Vernon, I think, probably had 25 rooms, maybe. And it would be packed. You'd look at the calendar and go, July, packed, gone, no rooms. August, no rooms. And it was just weird to drive up and see it gone. But there's a lot of beautiful new real estate down at the Jersey Shore. That was my takeaway point. There was just so many beautiful new housing, especially North Wildwood. I didn't recognize North Wildwood at all.
Those are two places I didn't spend a lot of time, Cape May or Wildwood. We never did the Wildwood.
And I did.
Neither did we, no.
I did. I went by. We used to stay at a place after we didn't stay in Cape May. If we stayed in Wildwood Crest, we stayed at a place called the Madrid. And I remember Christina is wearing Cape May. She goes, well, the Madrid's not going to be there. So then we drive into North Wildwood. I said, I know it's on Miami. So then we drive down Miami, and there's the Madrid, but it's condos now. So the hotel is now condos, but where we used to stay. And everything it's weird is I guess they've turned a lot of the hotels into condos, where I don't know if people own them or if they rent them out like apartments. I don't know how it all works.
Probably both, a mixture of both.
But I couldn't believe the Madrid was there. Like that, I haven't been there in 35 years, something more than that.
Well, maybe your spot, casualty of COVID,
I'm
COVID
thinking,
and all of that.
And but that was just it was interesting to see. We walked around the Washington Street Mall in Cape May, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And there was twice as many businesses as I remember. So places to go in, have a pop, have something to eat, shop, really, really cool. And just North Wildwood to me just looked so developed, Connor.
Yeah, I was in North Wildwood yesterday.
But you wouldn't remember the North Wildwood that I remember.
I was in North Wildwood for the first time in my life on Memorial Day.
That was the first time in your life?
Ever that I'd been in North Wildwood. Yep. I was always an LBI or Sea Isle guy.
Okay, so you would go to LBI. That's where Bob was this weekend, right?
Yeah, we went there for a day this weekend. Went to see friends who just got a house there.
And I've never done LBI. I think I went to a concert one night at a bar in LBI to see somebody that I went to college with, their band. Other than that, I never spent a night at Long Beach Island.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever stayed over in LBI either.
No, there's no nightlife in LBI. It's more of a day trip beach, which was great for me growing up in high school and sports, right? I think.
But
it's a little bit, but mostly it's one of the quieter beaches.
But we're driving in Wildwood, North Wildwood. We used to stay at 7th and Surf. There was a hotel called the Gaslight, and there was a hotel called the Lou Ray. The Gaslight and the Lou Ray were on each corner. And I remembered the corner, and I told my wife, I said, I remember the corner. And we pull up, and it's just, they're brand new condos that are 3-story or 4-story condos. And they look beautiful. They've done a beautiful job with them. But the motels are gone. And these were more, I guess it's motel if your door is outside, right? That's the rule of the motel.
Right. Yep.
If your door opens to the outside.
Yep.
A hotel, you're enclosed.
Sure.
So these were motels, but they were motels that were 5 stories tall, 4 stories tall, and they were all gone.
Yeah, you don't see them anymore. You just don't. Everything is a condo or a hotel. It's redone, and whatever they've done, no more motels.
I guess all those people who owned those motels got out, sold the land.
And probably did pretty well for themselves.
Yeah. They saw what was happening, and they got out, and as you said,
that's smart.
Yep.
That's smart. I don't want the Phillies looking for a Band-Aid. Now, I don't know if we talked about injuries earlier on in the show. I said I don't need a Band-Aid for a nosebleed. But with Suarez and Eflin out, the Phillies are going to need to tread water until after the All-Star break. But to me, they must resist the urge of mortgaging the future for a Band-Aid solution. So I reached out to a couple baseball contacts last night, and all I could concentrate on was this name. Know it, because for the next 3 weeks you will hear it. Next 4 weeks you will hear it. Logan O'Hoppe. And I literally said, how good is Phillies catching prospect Logan O'Hoppe? 22 years old, having a great season. And what I was told was, if any team wants to trade with the Phillies, that's who they will be calling about. I do not want them to trade a 22-year-old catcher under any circumstances to try to salvage finishing third in the National League East. And I know everybody's like, oh, well, you got to make the postseason. Got to make the postseason. Bullcrap. I don't need a third-place star on me, a third-place finish to celebrate and be like, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, third place, woo, we're good. No, you're not. Don't trade Logan O'Hoppe. Don't trade a 22-year-old piece that can be part of a piece for 10 years for your franchise or more. Don't do it. Resist the urge to go flip them to try to salvage something of the 2022 season. And, Bob, that's not going to sound good to the people like our own Dylan McKinnon earlier, who goes, there's going to be a big celebration when if they do make the postseason, because it's been so long. But I don't want to say, yeah, just start flipping the few good pieces we have in the minor league system. And by the way, looking at it, he is one of the few really, really star pieces that you've got that is somewhat close. I don't want to trade him under any circumstance.
We talked about O'Hoppe a little bit last week and whether you would let him go or not. This team just doesn't have a good history of holding on to guys that you think are prospects. They don't turn out. Trading guys away that you think are good prospects. They wind up being okay there. I mean, I don't know. You have a really good balance of guys that you've brought up from the minor leagues on this team right now, surprisingly. I mean, when you're talking Bohm, when you're talking maybe Stott, but Hoskins, Moniak, maybe he's going to get a chance here, Ranger Suarez, Aaron Nola. Like, if we think about it, as much as we've been down on their farm system, there's a lot of contributors from the farm system on this team right now. So do you go and try to add with a Castellanos, Real Muto, and when he comes back, Harper? Do you say, okay, we've gotten a lot out of our farm system. We can afford to get rid of say, O'Hoppe to bring in somebody, a starting center fielder that's going to hit first for you. I don't know. Like, that's baseball through and through. The guy's a double-A guy right now. There's promise there. 22 years old.
2023, maybe halfway through the year. Or he could be the backup next year. He could end up being the backup catcher next year.
He could. The question is, as we talked about in the first segment, at what does this player take you to what level? Are we way more optimistic after this deal is done because of where they are right now? Or are you going to be right back where we were of, oh, they're the same team, they just got a little better, and it's a Band-Aid because of Bryce Harper being out? And how much would that player help you when Bryce Harper is here? Will that put you over the top? So I guess that's the question. That's how you also have to take a peek at it and look at it. What does this player do? And then is it worth giving up a player like O'Hoppe to do just that and staying right where you are and getting just the third wild card when you do it? A deal needs to be made, yes, but do you have to give up that player?
I think that's the big key, is that something, and we can get into it a little bit later, but put you over the top. To me, finishing in third is not putting you over the top.
No,
I don't even want to hear about, well, third place, yeah. Like, man, that's great. Look, I'll be glad if they make the postseason. But to me, it's just the only reason you're in is because they added an extra wild card.
Yeah, but
and you're third place.
You want a chance to get in there.
Absolutely.
Like somehow, because this is a team bereft of playoff appearances. I mean, it just doesn't happen. And they haven't for, 11 seasons now? If you get close enough, and right now it's one game out, if you get close enough to get in, there's your problem. Do you push all in to get in because you hardly ever are in and take that chance? And look, if you start a series with Wheeler and Nola going,
you're feeling okay.
You're feeling real okay. Or, as you said, John, you say, well, I don't want to get rid of prospects because down the road has been 11 years of non-playoffs. So I understand the urgency of it, and I also understand, that you want to kind of look to the future, but that's how these decisions have to be made. Which way are you going to go?
Where are you leaning, Connor?
You don't need to move Logan O'Hoppe to make a deadline move that'll put this team in playoff contention.
We showed that last year. We saw some of the moves that were made by other teams last year.
Absolutely. I'm much more in the camp of do not move him, because I don't think this team is that far off as currently constructed. I still think they are a playoff team if they don't make a single move. And they won't not make a single move. Dave Dombrowski is going to do stuff to bolster this roster. I firmly believe it. But the fact that they're so close right now, in my mind, you're not trading a guy who just made the top 100 prospects list for the first time this year, who's got a potential to be a player at a position of need in the future. So there's just no need to move a prospect of that caliber when you could fill out what you need to with guys that are not Logan O'Hoppe.
Now, that being said, like I said about Tyrese Maxey earlier, if I can't trade draft picks and I'm a team that wants draft picks, I'd much rather have the known commodity that is Tyrese Maxey. I'd rather have a known commodity than O'Hoppe.
Here's the deal, though. When you talked about dealing Tyrese Maxey, you got me to buy in. You and Devon both got me to buy in because it would return Kevin Durant potentially.
Yep. And
I'm
that
not
puts you.
You're not getting a Kevin Durant type player at the trade deadline in Major League Baseball. You're
but
probably
O'Hoppe
not.
also isn't Tyrese Maxey. He hasn't done anything in the major leagues
that is
yet
correct.
at all.
Yeah, he is.
And that's the yin and yang of it. And that's what's the hard part of being a general manager or president of basketball ops, whatever it may be. You have to make that decision. Is it future? Is it now? And what am I sacrificing for the future? And what am I gaining for now? And that's where the Phillies are.
We have plans October 1st. Mark your calendar because you're going to have plans too at Xfinity Live. It's FanDuel Sportsbook presenting FanFest 2022. You're going to have to be 21 to enter, and we want you to stay tuned to The Fanatic for updates on special guests, events, and all the fun we're going to have that day at Xfinity Live from 1 to 5 p.m. FanDuel Sportsbook presents to you FanFest 2022. We've got pairs of tickets to give away this morning. In fact, Devon Givens and Connor Thomas both want you to attend. So a pair of tickets from each of them, gifted by Connor and Devon, come your way right now. 215-263-0975. You tell the D-Train when he answers the phone, you go, woo, woo, and he'll give you a pair of tickets to FanFest 2022. If you do not do, woo, woo, to the D-Train, you do not get the tickets. He will hang up on you rudely, just so you know. That's his sort of code to know to give away the tickets. 215-263-0975. I want him to get calls for the next 3 hours. Woo, woo. There we go. Hey, in Cooney's Corner, Bob wants to know what side of the fence are you on?
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
So Devon started the show by saying that good moves have been made, that this team has been improved, talking about the 76ers. They've improved the bench. Is P.J. Tucker a starter? I don't know. We'll see. Is that an upgrade? I don't know. We'll see. But if you look at it overall, yes, they've improved. But if you look at it also overall, to me, this isn't a Daryl Morey offseason. Little moves like this aren't a Daryl Morey offseason, especially what he said after this season was over, and especially knowing his theme is the time is now. Getting a P.J. Tucker and a Daniel House, okay, minimal moves. So what I wanted to ask you guys this morning, what side are you on? Are you on the side of, okay, Daryl Morey did a good job this offseason, and they can contend for the East as currently constructed, or are you on the side of the fence of, this is just a prelude to what he's going to do for the rest of this offseason?
I begged for them to get tougher. And, Devon, I listened to you at night out on my back deck and listened to you talk after the Sixers season about, fixing the bench, getting tougher,
Sure.
And so I'm not going to critique him for doing what I asked for. So I'm liking it.
He's biting his fingernails right now.
That's not good, by the way.
Because he wants to be involved in all of these big names. Now, maybe not the player, Rudy Gobert, and all these big names that are being moved, but he's biting his fingernails because, Bob, you're right. He wants to make that big splash, but I'm glad he's done it the way he's done it. Because when we've talked about it after the season and the third star thing has come up multiple times, I didn't think they needed the third star unless something like Kevin Durant popped up. It was about putting a team together, and they have put together a team. You can go from P.J. Tucker starting, Matisse Thybulle is still on his team, him still starting, Tucker coming off the bench with Melton and House. And whatever else they do at the 5 position and maybe adding another shooter, George Niang also being there, I like how he has done it thus far, and I hope that he maintains, stays right here, add the little pieces that they need. And look, if Kevin Durant does in fact say, okay, I will go to Philadelphia, and you make those changes, you're changing it with Tobias Harris being part of it. So you're upgrading right there. Maxey would have to be included. But to answer your question, Bob, I like the way that he has done it. I hope he resists and doesn't just go do something for the sake of, I need to have the splash on the bottom line of The Fanatic on thefanatic.com, and we're talking about it, right? 97.5thefanatic.com. Maintain.
All right, well,
build
I agree.
this team.
I agree with both of you. What he's done has been good.
Yes.
And I have no problem with it. I'm not putting him down. Do you think he's done, though? Do you think Daryl Morey can be satisfied with what's happened already?
Now, does this extend to the trade deadline or just the offseason?
No, just this offseason, I'll say.
I don't think he's done. I don't think he can be done.
What's done?
Well,
is it that big splash done?
No,
or is it just
I don't believe
the tinkering.
Tinkering.
All right, well, yeah, I think he'll do a few more things.
I think that there is and for some reason, and here's why, and I may be totally incorrect, because yesterday I told Devon, I was so excited to have Devon in this morning with you and Bob to be able to just straighten me out on a couple things NBA. Because I was trying to sit there, figure out what it would take. Like I keep hearing Eric Gordon. And I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to figure out the math of how you could get Eric Gordon here, and I'm going, okay, you'd have to give up like 4 guys.
Yeah, it'd be like
4 to 1. You can't do it, right?
Deal.
So I'm thinking you can't do that. Then I was trying to look at it and say, well, if they're gonna go and make a move, why have they not signed a deal with or announced a deal yet with James Harden? And I wonder if there's a trade coming.
They're trying stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because maybe there's no other explanation.
He's not going
James Harden
anywhere.
is not going anywhere.
No.
When I saw him dancing the other night, it's already worked out.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw all that dancing and all that camaraderie and everything, it's already worked out. So to me, I want to know, is there a trade coming?
Daryl Morey won't sign that contract with James Harden because, yes, he and James have talked about it. He said, look, I'm still trying to get more pieces here.
Let me see what's out there.
And Harden's okay with it. I equated it to this last week, John. It's like that Daryl Morey was free agency is Christmas to Daryl Morey.
Oh, yes.
And he got up, and while he needed it, he opened up a bunch of underwear and socks. And he's looking for the car.
Great.
And where is it? Where is it? The underwear and socks were needed.
They're valuable.
Everybody needs underwear and socks. Valuable, yes.
Don't wrap them for me,
But
though.
he's looking around right now saying, wait a minute, where's the Lexus in the driveway? Honest to God, I think that's what he's looking for. He didn't come here to for the likes of his of a PJ Tucker and a Daniel House. But
you did it already. You did the James Harden already. That's your Lexus with the red ribbon.
Yeah, that ain't enough for when he's looking for new tires or something.
Hey, that Lexus needs a little work after the playoffs.
Well, maybe so.
Needs a little bit of work.
Maybe so, but does that come in the form of that big splash?
I don't know.
That we're talking about. I think he's done a really nice job, and he and Elton Brand together putting this together and going out. They talked about that too. We need toughness, and a lot of people equated it to just simply being soft. They're no longer soft with the additions that they had. Now, will that then extend to the players that are returning? You hope that some of that oozes into them on the floor because, look, they did what they did without all the toughness because of skill.
Yeah.
Now what do they do adding that toughness? And we'll see. We will see. I think he wants to do exactly what you're saying, get that new, shiny toy.
He wants something bigger. Yeah.
Tell me what you know about Dennis Smith Jr.
I know I'm
Who, by the way, I had to Google.
Really?
Yeah, I had to Google Dennis.
Well, 2017, if the Sixers were to get another pick on the back end after they had the 3rd overall and then moved up to number 1, he was a guy that I really liked. If they traded down, remember, Bob, the talk was move from 3, trade down with Sacramento, get 5 and 10 from Sacramento. He was on my radar, and I thought he was going to be a star in this league.
Well, at the time, I remember looking at him around draft time.
I was so disappointed. Disappointed in his career. He's on his 3rd or 4th team. Portland he was with last year.
I couldn't have told you who
on
he
a
was
minimum
with.
deal. Made the team, but was later released around March. And I was just disappointed in his career. I thought with the
I
way
remember
the league,
you loved him.
I loved his athleticism. I loved his feel for the game. I thought he just needed some coaching.
Little small, but yeah.
And
you and I think we did a show on him.
Yeah,
one
and
time.
he went to Dallas, and I'm like, Rick Carlisle's the right spot. Didn't work out, especially when Luka Doncic got there year number 2 of his career. Ball goes to Luka Doncic, and things just simply went the other way. I was disappointed. So with that, I wanted to know from you guys, somebody that you felt like I did with Dennis Smith Jr. at that time, 2017, thinking he can help the Sixers. Okay, he's not with the Sixers. He's going to be really good. Somebody that you felt would be a star in whatever professional sport and just did not turn out that way.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because star is.
I thought he was going to be that guy.
So you really did. You thought
did.
he'd be that guy.
I did.
All right, I have one just because I have Summer League on my mind. When I first saw practicing Michael Carter-Williams with his height and his length, I thought, wow, this is interesting. This guy, now Star, no, Star did not enter my mind. But I was like, wow, this is interesting. This kid might have a little something. And then, like 3 days later, I saw him go up against Victor Oladipo, and Oladipo ripped his heart out. And I was like, never mind.
And then you saw him play against Miami Game 1.
Game 1, triple-double.
Like, yeah, he almost had a quadruple-double.
And 9 steals, right?
Yep.
So that was a kid that I thought at a time that he was going to be a lot better than he was.
I was convinced that Christian Laettner was going to be as big a star in the NBA as he was in college basketball. And I remember covering Christian when he came through Atlanta, and it was like... I didn't understand what I saw that wasn't translating to the NBA game. And he was really a relative journeyman. I think maybe that's
he made one all-star
putting him down
team.
a little
yeah,
bit.
one all-star. Had a few good years, but
I mean, I thought he was going to be legendary by the time his career was over.
I'll go the other way. I don't think this kid Chet Holmgren's going to be a real good NBA player. That was my chair. Relax.
Yeah,
it was my chair.
I like his game.
Chair or not?
I don't know if it hold. I don't know if he holds up number 2 overall pick career.
Yeah,
he'll play.
Oh, he'll get a chance.
And he'll score. He can weak side defend.
Yeah,
but he is. You just you fear the body. You don't think he's gonna. Okay, he's gonna get taken.
I don't think his finesse game is going to translate to the NBA very well.
Sure.
But yeah, that's a great question.
That is a good question because it can go in a lot of different ways too. Share some on social media with us too if you have others, and we can revisit that. Coming up, 5-hour flights allow me to do really geeky, nerdy dives, and that's what I did. John Kincade Show coming your way next, 7 o'clock hour here on The Fanatic. I am glad to welcome Landis Block and Concrete to the John Kincade Show family. And look, there's only one thing I really need to do to be happy. Here's the key. 20 years married on Thursday. Please my wife. And one of the things she wants is a beautiful backyard. She wants the new house to have a great backyard, great entertaining space. And right now, it is a blank canvas. And that is why Landis Block and Concrete is going to be helping us. What do we want? Is it a patio? Is it an outdoor kitchen? Is it a fire pit? I definitely know we want some sort of a retaining wall or get it straight. She wants that. But Landis Block will be my resource for all outdoor living space. Landis Block, all they ask for you, they tell you that you need an imagination, space, and a budget. You lean on them. I know I'm not going to have to worry about a thing. They're going to come out. They're going to meet with my wife. We're going to discuss what we want in our dream backyard, and they will help us create it. They're going to teach you how to do the project yourself, too, if you're one of those home, improvement people. You watch the TV shows and you want to do it yourself. They're in Souderton, Pennsylvania, and you can check out their photo gallery at landisbc.com. That's landisbc.com. I welcome Landis Block and Concrete into the John Kincade Show family, and I am counting on them to make sure that they make our backyard a jaw-dropping outdoor paradise. Guys, you're going to be on the clock.
The John Kincade Show.
Listen, I like kids, but this is not a kid's environment. This is like HBO. No limits.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool this summer. With NJ Diet, it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds. NJ Diet is unlike any other weight loss program. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work, along with bioenergetic scans, to personalize supplements that will target your hormonal imbalances, which gets your body into the fat-burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep the weight off. Guys, don't wait for your doctor to give you the bad news and then try to figure it out. Contact NJ Diet today. Get ahead of your health. Your weight loss can help you overcome any health issues like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, depression, even digestive issues. So what are you waiting for? Locations: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill, or worldwide with live online video consults. Visit NJDiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Go to NJDiet.com. Lose the weight for good.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
There's never been a better time to get started with gig speed internet and advanced security from Comcast Business. And now, for a limited time, get 3 months on us. Call or go online today to learn more. And 7/21/2022. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 1 gigabit internet. Security Edge, 1 voice line and Connection Pro customers only. 3-year contract required. 3 months on us after prepaid card redemption. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Root Metrics 5G data reliability wins in 2H 2021. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
Is sports betting about to become way more fun? You bet. Because the BetParks app has a brand new sports book. Live bets and parlays? You bet. Instant deposits and incredible app experience? You bet. Plus, your first bet is risk-free up to $750. So, are you already a winner just for signing up on the BetParks Sportsbook app? You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only. Is today your lucky day? You bet. Because the new BetParks app is everything you want in a digital casino and sportsbook. It's easy to sign up, fun to use, and faster to win than ever before. And all new BetParks app users can choose between a $20 casino bonus or a $20 free sports bet. Which begs the question, is this the most rewarding casino and sportsbook betting app ever? You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only.
Tide presents Laundry Truths, Cold Hard Savings.
Oh, hey, about to start a load. On hot? You know, washing in cold water with Tide can save you up to $150 a year on your energy bill. $150? Go on. The lower the temp, the lower your bills. Simple. Plus, Tide Pods are designed for a powerful clean, even in cold. Wow, cool tip. Get it? Oh, yeah. I get it.
Turn to cold and save with Tide. Energy savings based on average from switching from hot to cold and non-HE machines.
They say to never mess with the classics, but Panera did just that and more with our new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. By using pan-seared chicken, our secret garlic aioli recipe, Parmesan crisps, and pickle chips, all on a buttery brioche roll. Because if no one messed with the classics, you'd never have a chicken sandwich this good. New Chef's Chicken Sandwiches from Panera. Only $1 delivery fee when you order on our app. Restrictions apply. For details, visit PaneraBread.com/delivery info.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. They wrote the book on workers' compensation in Pennsylvania. Turn to the team you can trust. Visit PAWorkInjury.com. Located in Center City, Bristol, Malvern, Allentown, Reading, Sunbury, and Harrisburg. Our attorneys are ready to listen and get you the justice you deserve. When you or a loved one are hurt on the job, you deserve the best. PAWorkInjury.com. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This is the radio show I always wanted to host here in Philly.
Question is whether it's the one you've always wanted to listen to.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 a.m. hour, the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the all-new BetParks app. It's a sports book and casino in one sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Download it today. And Heavy Chevy also had the nosebleed yesterday.
I don't deal with
So
the
both of us. I don't either, though.
I don't know. Wait,
Like,
so
I
you don't
haven't-
know what this is
No.
coming from?
And it's weird is that I feel like I've got one going on right now.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Nothing
I just
there.
but it feels like I've got that nosebleed going on the other day. I was driving on 422, go to play golf, and Saturday morning, and I thought I had a runny nose. I'm going, I don't tend to have runny noses even. So I pull a napkin out of the door, and it's bright blood red. And then it just keeps pouring out. I pull over on the side of the road, I'm bleeding. So I get to the golf course. The guy's like, you got a little bit of blood in you. The guy points to me as I'm paying my thing. He goes, just gives me a little point, like, go clean that up. So I was like, this sucks.
Go clean yourself up.
Go clean yourself up a little bit.
You know what you got to do is you got to grow a nice thick mustache, and that kind of masks it a little bit.
So do you have the nosebleeds? Is that why you're sporting that thing?
No, I don't. This is just for style.
By the way, can we get rid of
it looks
that?
great.
You sound nasally.
Yes.
So yeah, you must have.
And I don't have that.
You must have some stuff going on.
Right, but I don't have that usually.
Yeah.
All I can think of is it started right after being in the desert.
Okay.
So that's probably it.
On a horse with no name?
Or the very loud woman on the plane that brought her dog with her on the plane.
People do that.
Who said she was telling everybody why she had the dog on the plane. And I mean, this is a full dog.
Because the dog wanted to see the Grand Canyon.
As tall as her knees, as tall as a grown woman's knee. This isn't some little small dog. So she starts explaining it to the man across the aisle from me why she's bringing the full dog on the plane. She says, well, I get very anxious when I go to the airport. I'm anxious that I'm going to make my flight on time. I'm anxious that the plane's going to take off. I'm anxious that I'm going to find a parking spot. So the doctor said, well, yeah, you need to bring your dog. So she was explaining that's how she got to bring her dog on the plane. You know what? Stay home. Stay home.
What does the dog do to help? Was that a comfort?
That's what I'm saying.
A comfort thing? Because that to me does nothing for me.
When I'm going to the airport, I worry that I'm going to take off on time. I worry that I'm going to find a parking spot at Philly Airport. You do, but we found the parking spot, so I've been using that. I'm anxious at the airport. Is anything going to go wrong with the flight or whatever? But she was announcing the whole plane. Yeah, my doctor said yes. Everybody's anxious at the airport for something.
I don't get that one.
She was trying to explain.
Was the dog's name Airbutt?
No. The dog was incredibly well behaved.
Stupid.
The dog was incredibly well behaved, though. I will give it that. It was very, very well behaved.
Okay.
Laid down, was totally quiet the whole flight, didn't make a move, didn't sit up at all until we landed. So I was very impressed with that. But stay home if you're that. Hey, in Vegas last week, I saw where September sets up really well for the Eagles. In fact, did you know the Eagles are favored in every September game, which makes them one of only a handful of teams that gets that advantage in their schedule. They're going to jumpstart a year of high expectations. So I'm over at the one casino where, who was it, Cousin Eddie? Went during a Vegas vacation where you go to the casino where they play rock, paper, scissors? Or what number am I thinking of? Because you can't usually bet on like week 2 games, week 3 games, week 4 games, unless you go to places like the Westgate. You go and they'll give you the slate. So here's what I found. 4-point favorites at the Lions week 1. 3-point favorites at home over the Vikings on Monday Night Football week 2. 3-point road favorites at Washington week 3. And 9-point home favorites versus the Jaguars. If you go to the Westgate, you can bet on all of these right now, week by week. Here's some numbers, too, that I found. So 0-2 starts in the old 16-game season meant you make the playoffs just 13% of the time. But a 3-0 start, and Bob has been doing the schedule game every time, sort of taunting me with it. If you go 3-0 in the old 16-game schedule, it means you're making the playoffs better than 60% of the time. So the schedule makers have blessed your Eagles with a playoff path. Do you have any doubt they can walk the walk? Because I'm here to say to you right now, looking at that September schedule, I have no doubt they're coming out of it 3-1. And that's dangerous. It's dangerous in July to be so confident, to be so cocky and arrogant that I'm like, there's no doubt in my mind they're going to be 3-1, maybe 4-0. That there's a chance.
And then week 5, I had.
Yeah, but that's a little different. We'll be in Arizona for that one.
So I'll tell you, I think it's neat the way we look at at least my group of friends with you guys. I don't think cockiness or we're just giving wins to the Eagles when you look at the schedule. I think it's thought out of what they could be. It's thought out of what the other teams are. And I think it's kind of the way you're talking to Eagles fans this offseason when the schedule came out, it's not over the top. Oh, they're going to be, 12-5 and they're going to be this and that. It's more of, no, well, look, they should win this game. They should win this game. Like, I think it's well thought out by the fans of this city of how they're going to go. And if it's 3-1 or 4-0, however you have it, I don't think it's cockiness or overexcitement. I think it's thought out that, yeah, that's how good this team could be.
That makes me want to bring Nikki Foles to work, though, on a leash with me and have her sit here, because I'm a little anxious about that. Because, Devon, whenever I'm feeling too good or thinking, man, yeah, that's an easy slate, that's usually where they trip up.
Well, look, if they started off 2-2, we would be disappointed because we've seen what we think we see what this team could be. So to start off 3-1 or maybe 4-0, I don't think that's over the top, because just as easily Eagle fans would say that's a tough start, 2-2. Through that first 4, we have to come out 2-2, and then the next 4 maybe we'll make that jump. Looking at that with the Lions and thinking that the Vikings will be okay, but you're still a better football team. And yes, the division game against Washington, you are better, and you're going against Carson Wentz. 3-1 or 4-0 is a realistic thing there when you look at the Eagles' schedule. And we've seen how this team has been put together, giving them the high praises of what Howie Roseman has done this offseason. That's not being overconfident. That's just being realistic of the situation of what they will be in as the season gets underway. Maybe it adjusts after training camp, after preseason, after game 1. Maybe it adjusts. But right now, I don't think it's wrong to look at them and say 3-1, 4-0 through the first 4 games because of the opponent and then how good they should be based on what they've done in the offseason to improve themselves from a season ago.
Connor, as a young broadcaster, you do not play the schedule game on the weekend. But
no, I don't.
I did get to hear you this week and everything. I sense an optimism about the Eagles in your voice, though, when you host on the weekend.
Yeah.
That there's an optimism, but is there any kind of trepidation at all?
No, I'm hugely optimistic. You look at it, there's one thing that this team has proven, and I'm even looking at Jalen Hurts, because outside of Jalen Hurts, where are the question marks with this team right now, they don't really exist in all that heavy of a capacity. Like, we've got a talented roster. The question's the quarterback. And one thing he proved to us last year is he can beat bad quarterbacks, teams with bad quarterbacks. Yeah, look at the schedule. You got a bunch of them, and we did that exercise as well.
Yeah.
I'm wholly confident because we've seen this team do this before, and they're better now. So, yeah, I have no issue being maybe even overly confident looking at this because it's a really talented roster.
They're a year ahead of schedule. I mean, this is the year we should be saying, there's a chance they could go 9-7.
Yeah, they had no business making the postseason last year.
Yeah, right? Or 9-8, whatever the hell they were.
Yeah, ended up being 9-8, yeah.
That they jumped ahead of season. There's no way any of us expected them to make a playoff run last year, in spite of what Jalen Hurts was, and he was mediocre. And you thought to make the playoffs, he would have had to have been really good because mediocre wasn't good enough with the roster they had assembled. He's going to be better than mediocre, I feel, this year, and he's got a lot better roster. I mean, just reality says this is probably a double-digit win team.
I bet the under 6.5 last year, Devon. And everybody, when I went to Vegas, I held a ticket for under 6.5 wins. So I was absolutely off. And I doubted Nick Sirianni.
I had them over, but it was just at 8, and they were going to miss the postseason. So to your point, Bob, they did something that I didn't think that they would do by getting in there. And we saw how it happened and the way that they got in there. When they got there, they got their doors blown off.
Well, are you impressed that they got to 9? When you predicted,
I was.
If you thought 8.
Yes, because I didn't think they were good enough in a lot of different areas of the team, starting with the quarterback position. Offensively, wide receiver-wise, I didn't think, of course, him not being able to deliver the football, them not being talented enough at that spot. And then some things on the other side of the football as well. I didn't think they were a 9-win team, and they made it, and they got there. So I was impressed with how they did it, and I had to give them credit for it. Now it was about going into the offseason. And for me, I thought you have to be better than than you were last year. And based on what they've done, again, I think they should be better than they were last year. That 9-8, no, now it's double digits. And what was the number? 9.5 has been the number.
9.5 is the
for
number.
the win. So with that, I'm saying no. You need to be better than that. I think you are better than that. I don't know if it's 11. I don't know if it's 12. Maybe it's just 10. But you need to be better. And when you get to the postseason, you cannot give the same type of performance that you had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, as I said before, they could win one more game, 2 more games, and be far better than they were last year.
100%.
And maybe they just play teams that right now don't look good, but maybe you're facing, I don't know, a Texans team that is red hot or some other type of team. Maybe Dallas, for some reason, has a phenomenal year. You could play a lot better, but face better teams this year in some cases, and your record won't show it all that much.
You want a little inside betting that I was suggested? That if you want the Eagles over 9.5 wins on your BetParks app, on your FanDuel app, or whatever you're using, buy it fast, is what I was told.
Well,
because in Vegas, there's been a lot of action on the Eagles over 9.5. So if Vegas moves them to 10, I believe you'll see some of the local sports books move them to 10 also. So if you want 10, if that's your number and you want to win over 9.5, I would bet it sooner than later, because that number is there. There's been a lot of action on the Eagles over 9.5, so people are in on that number.
A lot of people seem to feel good about it. When you hear or read the National, the Eagles are the pick. That surprise pick. I don't know if they're going to be Cincinnati surprise, where you get that far, but surprise as far as how good they are, and that 9.5 seems a little bit too low for me.
Yeah, I'm 9.5.
It's only one
Vegas
win better than last year.
Because they know things.
They do.
I mean,
They do.
They're good at what they do. But I bang the over, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we're overvaluing this football team right now. Today. I don't think so.
Today, no, yeah.
And one thing that we do is we adjust as we go along. We see how it plays out, and we are smart enough. We're fair enough to say, all right, I don't see it anymore. This is where I'm going the other way.
By the way, I went with I did bet 6 of the over-unders. I never come home with 6 slips. Usually I try to keep it to 4 or 5. I liked 6 enough. I took Eagles over 9.5. I took Chiefs over 10.5.
Like that.
Because Andy Reid wins 10 or 11 games in his sleep, and I think that number is being affected greatly. I took Buffalo over 11.5.
Like it.
Ravens over 9.5.
Okay.
Colts over 9.5. Giants, the only under 7.
Matty Ice, 9.5,
Yes.
huh?
I'll take the Matty Ice goes 10 and 7.
Yeah.
That they
I
go
would
10 and
too.
7.
Yes, because they should have been that with Carson Wentz.
Correct.
But he did some things. He
Ryan's
did
a much
Carson Wentz
better
things.
quarterback.
Yes, he's much better.
Phenomenal running game.
Hey,
running games win.
John Taylor.
Yeah.
Here's a little heads up to you, too. Before you drive impaired, make the right decision. Decide to designate a sober driver. Decide to be safe. You can learn more at PennDOT.pa.gov/safety. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars. All right, the Phillies' path to the All-Star break is fairly clear. After this 3-game series that they've got coming up with the Nationals, which begins tonight at home. Connor, this looks like a Christopher Sanchez, excuse me. Nola Bailey Falter?
This looks like a no game tonight because of thunderstorms in the area, and ends up being 2. Yeah.
So you think it's going to be that bad tonight?
It looks. I was looking at the forecast in the last break, and it looks pretty tough all the way through, and especially a close divisional team that is not hard to get down to Washington. Not hard for them to get up here. Already played.
Washington
a doubleheader
comes
against them.
here Washington comes here two more times.
Yeah, they can work this out.
Yeah, two more times they come here.
If, though, yes, it will be Christopher Sanchez, Nola, and then there's no listed starter, imagining that's Bailey Falter in as well.
This is sweet justice on Major League Baseball if things get all screwed up this week with games, because why the hell aren't they playing on the 4th of July?
Everyone was looking for it.
I
you already knew it wasn't there, but you were still looking for it.
It's like what I was as a little kid is baseball on the 4th of July. It doesn't get any more summer than that. I loved watching baseball on the 4th of July. Couldn't wait for a Phillies game and fireworks. If they were away, it didn't matter. 4th of July and Phillies went hand in hand when I was a little kid. The fact they didn't play yesterday, I literally woke up pissed off.
I loved
it. They used to have, it's terrible.
I loved
it. Because you have to work.
I
loved it.
Yeah, but it's stupid, though.
Yeah,
because it is baseball wasting an opportunity. And it's a wasted opportunity. Again, baseball's so backwards. And they used to schedule doubleheaders on Labor Day, Memorial Day, or 4th of July.
Yeah, Labor Day was always the Pittsburgh Pirates when I was a kid. Doubleheader, and it started early, like 11 in the morning or whatever. It was some traditions shouldn't change. And yesterday, my wife told me, I think, she said it's the first time in 100-plus years they haven't played on the 4th of July?
No, 90s.
Oh, she was...
It was
in the 90s,
1916, I think, was the last time that they didn't, outside of the shortened season.
How about
that was it, 94. Now, you know what? That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah,
so that's it.
But I really was. I was ticked off at Major League Baseball yesterday that Philadelphia, of all places, didn't host a game on the 4th of July.
I mean, not all NFL teams play on Thanksgiving. Not all NBA teams play on Christmas.
That's different.
Why is it? Why can't these guys have 4th of July off one year?
Why should they have 4th of July off?
I don't know. Spend time with their families. These guys play every single 4th of July.
Said.
So they get a day off, and we're losing our minds. They play 162 of these guys.
Just not yesterday. They could have had off.
So enjoy the 4th without baseball.
Yeah, they could have off Thursday.
Give them Thursday off.
It's fine.
The night versus the Cardinals, which honestly you won 2 out of 3 this weekend, you got to go to St. Louis and you got to split.
Absolutely.
Then you have 2 with the Blue Jays, and then you have 3 with the Marlins. So that's your schedule going out. That's where you got it. So that'll be a 9-game road trip. But the 4 with the Cardinals, you're 1 game back of the Cardinals heading into this week. You go out there, the Cardinals are playing the Braves. Braves took them out last night for you. So you could potentially go into that series tied with the Cardinals. You take care of your business. You could even go into that series a game ahead of the Cardinals where you could just sort of put a little more pressure on them. You go and you split, and you're feeling really good. Cardinals have a much more difficult schedule the rest of the year, so you would go into it knowing, hey, take care of business, come out of that series at least even with the Cardinals, you're feeling really, really good. You don't have to go and you don't have to go take 3 out of 4. Something about the Cardinals. Going to the Cardinals, going to the Dodgers. And, Bob, I think we talked about this last summer because it's stuck in my head. When I see the Cardinals on the schedule, I always assume you're losing 2 out of 3. The trip to St. Louis.
Yeah.
It's one of those places that...
It's a winning organization. It's a winning city. You know, I talk about that all the time. I just think they're a winning organization. And if anything comes to question, you got to go in there and win 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4... Rarely does it happen because they are aware that you need to win those games, and they're not going to let it happen. And that's what great organizations do.
Especially coming off of their series here.
Yeah.
Which honestly, the Phillies really did have a chance to.
Sweet.
They could have swept that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could have swept it.
Yeah.
The Connor, were you on the Blame-O Double for the Lost Crew? Don't tell me you were.
I was not.
Thank you.
No, I was absolutely
not.
not.
You mean one of their most productive players in the game. And I love that Matt Gelb put out the fine tweet on Sunday that because it was vitriol of, Odubel, get him out of here. He was your most productive player at the plate on Saturday.
Yeah, now was it a terrible at bat in a big spot?
It was a terrible at bat.
Sure.
It was. But absolutely.
He does that all the time. It kind of is what he is. Like, you go into a game expecting your players to be what they are, and he was more productive than you normally get from him.
He had 3 hits in the game.
Yeah,
and you're bitching about him in a game you lost. Seriously, again, it's something that always bothers me with fan bases. How Castellanos and Real Muto, they both had good games Sunday night, can go about wetting the bed for weeks at a time. And people will defend them on this radio station to no end.
I think
Odubel has 3 hits and a loss. One of the most. And he's getting killed because his last at-bat sucked against one of the best relievers in Major League Baseball.
Well, you know what that is. That's his.
You just hate him.
It's the history of what he is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. And the Castellanos part, they've been getting on him. It's the JT Realmuto part that they have not gotten on him as much. But, yeah, the Odubel part is just because of what we know. A lot of people don't want him. That's where it goes.
And by the way, don't bitch and complain about the guy who got 3 hits in a game, striking out in a critical situation when you had a bunch of other guys that couldn't do a damn thing at the plate. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, it happens all the time. Like, we have favorites and people that we dislike, sometimes for valid reasons, sometimes for not. This time, absolutely for a valid reason if you have issues with everything that he's done off the field. But it affects people's judgment, and he's already in a spot with this city, deservedly so, because he put himself here. He's never going to not get that type of hate when he does anything wrong. And
that one was just dumb, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that is what it is. People have already made up their... And that's just something that he's going to have to deal with, and we're going to have to deal with him until he's no longer a part of this team.
Yeah, I don't like watching him as a baseball player. Where he didn't make it 10 feet up the baseline.
That's what you remember.
I
will
can't
not get the benefit of the doubt for anything.
Nope.
No, he's not.
Can't stand it.
No,
he did it.
He did it to
and you
himself.
said the word dumb. That should be said every time we're talking about Odubel Herrera.
Oh, I think
he might be one. He might be the least smart baseball player I've ever seen.
I don't think I can disagree with that at all. He doesn't play smart.
No.
But that doesn't mean that one at bat means the game is on him.
Correct.
Like,
and at
one
the
dumb
end of
at
that
bat.
game, it was, Odubel.
Well,
you didn't watch the game. You didn't watch the game.
He had
if
3
you're
hits.
bitching on that day about him, I mean, that was just stupid.
Because they don't look at it that way. You had one job to do, and
Right.
in that spot.
Right.
The other 3 didn't matter. Now you have a job to do. Keep it going. And if you don't, now we destroy you.
I just wish we had the same awareness for the fanboy, that we want to shake pom-poms for people and make excuses for them because we like them. I mean, let's hold them accountable for what they do, being baseball players. And if you don't like a guy, I totally get it. I don't want him, I don't want him coming to the barbecue either, I got to tell you. It's not wouldn't be the choice. All right, coming up, Bob and Devon are here to clarify something for me, because I'm hearing something that I think is a false talking point regarding the James Harden situation. We'll get to it next. Plus, there's a Cooney's column coming your way, so stick around. It is a Tuesday morning that feels like a Monday after a holiday weekend. It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You want to beat the heat because Window Nation has got you covered. Save $200 off any style new window from Window Nation. Plus, pay nothing until 2024. I want you to lower your energy bills, raise the value of your home, by getting new energy-efficient windows from Window Nation. Also, too, you're doing business with a great company with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. But when you can save $200 off any style new window from Window Nation, you're going to say to me, John, I don't know, I have all different kinds of windows. I have a vinyl window, I have a wood window, I have fiberglass windows. Window Nation's got them all. Every size, every style, every color that you could potentially think of. Plus, you're going to pay nothing until 2024. Why are you letting your energy bills kill you in the summer and the winter? Get those new windows now. Save $200 off any style new window and pay nothing until 2024. Go to windownation.com on the web and do your window shopping, then call them at 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success. On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The biggest party of the year for Philadelphia sports fans is back.
Oh, my God!
FanDuel Sportsbook presents 97.5 The Fanatic's Fan Fest, Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live.
Yes, interactive activities and attractions.
And free event, but you will need a ticket to attend.
Keep listening for ticket giveaways, ticket rate appearances, online ticket raids, and a special offer from FanDuel Sportsbook to score tickets.
Must be 21 or older to attend.
97.5 The Fanatic's Fan Fest 2022, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Believe it. Be there.
Is today your lucky day? You bet. Because the new BetParks app is everything you want in a digital casino and sportsbook. It's easy to sign up, fun to use, and faster to win than ever before. And all new BetParks app users can choose between a $20 casino bonus or a $20 free sports bet. Which begs the question, is this the most rewarding casino and sportsbook betting app ever? You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only. Could your favorite casino app be even better and faster than before? You bet, because the all-new BetParks app has been built around what you really want. Easier sign-up, better gameplay, and faster withdrawals in all the slots and table games you love. Plus, make your first deposit and get a 100% match up to $750 and an additional 500 free spins. So, are all of your favorite games just a tap away? You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Pennsylvania and New Jersey only.
Trouble in Paradise appears to be brewing just before the Apex Legends Global Series 2022 Championship. 40 teams are expected to compete in this event starting on July 7th in Raleigh, North Carolina. It turns out teams haven't been able to practice due to unreliable servers, and several players are having visa complications. If developer Respawn doesn't find a solution, the largest Apex Legends tournament of all time could be in jeopardy.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Looking good, Mrs. Dubs.
The head groundskeeper at Thad's golf course just retired.
We need to find someone in the next 2 weeks. Someone with botany and management experience.
He needs a replacement because the greens are already looking a little rough.
Aeration. They need to know it all.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
In the heat of the moment, you keep it calm and cool with a $3 medium ice cold brew. And not just any cold brew, but one that's slow steeped and mixed with brown sugar and molasses flavor. With a cold foam infused with brown sugar coolness and a cinnamon sugar sprinkle on top. That's keeping it calm, cool, and cold brewed. With Dunkin's new brown sugar cream cold brew, now $3 along with all medium cold brews. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary, limited time offer, terms apply.
Now, local businesses can get closer to every customer in their city with fast, affordable shipping. Introducing USPS Connect Local. You want speed? We deliver same or next day. You want savings? We give you supplies at a flat rate. You want less legwork? We do free pickups. Move your local business forward with the United States Postal Service. Let's connect at USPSconnect.com/local. Specific markets, restrictions apply. Same day or next day delivery expected, but not guaranteed with entry close to final destination.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt. One of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold. Deadline fast approaching. But a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Cuz. Don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool. You can still be slimmer for this summer. Since it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds with NJ Diet, their program uses hair, saliva, and bioenergetic scans to personalize natural formulas and supplements to help you lose the weight. Their DNA info is used to help you keep it off. No shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Ew. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or visit NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com.
20,000 bonus points, 18.99% variable APR, and a $32 statement credit when you spend $200 before your dog's 8th birthday.
Credit card ads have all sorts of numbers, but they mean nothing to you if you don't get approved. So here's Credit Karma's number, 50. Like members who shop on Credit Karma get approved over 50% more often than the national average. Now that's a number you can rely on. Credit Karma. Apply with more confidence. Member approval rates in 2021 over 50% higher than 2020 CFPB national average.
Montgomery County has over 50 of the most historic and challenging public courses and private clubs in the Northeast. To hear about some of our top picks on the John Kincade Show Golf Tour, the Bluebell Country Club, Ravens Claw Golf Club, and Lulu Country Club, just to name a few, visit 97.5thefanatic.com/golf tour to learn more. Plus, you can qualify to win great prizes, like a custom-fit PXG driver, thanks to our friends at PXG in King of Prussia, valued at over $500. It's the John Kincade Show Golf Tour. We're presented by the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Philly's original law firm for injured workers. Devon Givens knows who it is. It's Martin Law. Schedule a free consultation today at paworkinjury.com. I was watching on television the other day, flipping channels, and they had a Martin reunion.
I was just watching the reunion.
You were watching that?
I watched it last week.
So you did watch it?
Yes. Well, it wasn't last week. It was the week before.
Underrated show.
That was a show topic for me after I watched it.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Because you were on vacation. Because, it was right. It was. You weren't on vacation yet, but you might have been just busy that night. And we talked about it as a side topic. Shows that I thought don't get their just due.
That is an underrated show.
And that, for me, look, it did 5 seasons. The 5th was just taken apart because of the personal things that Tisha Campbell and Martin Lawrence had going on. But for the 4 seasons that they had, the run, it was phenomenal.
It was a good show.
And it doesn't get talked about. It was as if it didn't reach a lot. It didn't reach mainstream. I don't know what it was, but Martin Lawrence was Martin Lawrence at that time, and I wasn't quite sure. Now, look, it is syndicated. It's on every day, whether it's BET or VH1 sometimes. Or it's not on Comedy Central, but it's around, and I know that I always thought it should have just reached more people, not just in my culture, in my neighborhood. I always thought it should have hit everybody because the comedic genius that he was, I think everybody would appreciate it. And it's not like people don't know who Martin Lawrence is and like him in Bad Boys. And see him in not Nutty Professor, and some of the other things that he has done. But Martin, that show was great.
But I didn't think that show, like, to be honest, I didn't think you needed to be in the African-American community to find it funny.
I didn't think so, but for whatever reason, to me, it just did not reach.
Like,
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people will check in and tell me that I'm wrong. But
Bob, you're not a big TV.
No.
Did you ever?
Martin,
see Martin?
it was. I watched it. I won't say religiously, but when I caught up to it, it was kind of must-watch TV. Like, that was the kind of thing where you just sat there and you laughed at not only at the good comedy, but at just the silliness and his comedic acting and the faces and the gestures.
Went off script.
Like, I do too.
Oh, a lot.
A lot of times I was waiting for other people to start laughing on set.
And you would see it.
Yeah, which to me is comedic gold when you have your other actors laughing at you. He's fun. That's the greatest word to describe him.
So as part of the reunion, they were talking about how much he would ad-lib, go off, and then they would show the clips of going back and seeing maybe they turn their face. I'm talking to you, but I'm looking at now, Coach, because I'm trying to hide my laughter because I can't. We are doing the show. I can't laugh. And it's just funny. So every time I still watch it religiously, whether I look it up or it just pops up and I see it on the guide and I stop because that's how good it was. That's how good he is. That's how good they were together, all 5. I'm not a Tisha Campbell person.
Yeah, she went.
Can't stand
big and
her.
Small. You can't stand her?
Can't stand her.
Wow.
I don't. She was perfect for the show.
That is a hot sports opinion.
She was perfect for the show because of that, and I thought she played off of him well. My thing was she always tried to keep up with him, and that was not possible. Be yourself. Tashina Arnold, who was Pam, she did it perfectly. They would go at each other, but she never tried to top him. It's just, I have to try to do what I'm doing. Tisha Campbell wasn't naturally funny to me, so she always tried to do the things that he did.
Like, just thinking of him saying Pam the way he said it sometimes makes me laugh. Like, I just giggled a minute ago just thinking of that.
Look, their run-ins were legendary. One of my favorite ones, and I can't remember the episode, was he would talk about her breath often and all that stuff, right? And he said, well, nobody told you that you should walk around with your breath smelling like old bus seat. Right? So that stuff like that is just funny. Yeah. And it's like, how did you come up with that? But no, the show was great. The reunion show was really, really good. It was really well done. And I do think, do you have a show that you feel like doesn't get its just due? As I go back to my show a couple weeks ago?
That's an interesting one.
A show that just simply doesn't get its credit for what it does.
See, I was going to say to you, I don't like the two knockoff Friends shows. The two shows that are knockoff Friends, and I can ask you.
Okay.
The How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
And Living Single.
Living Single was first, though.
But Living Single was poor. I think it was
I
poor.
disagree.
I did not like the chemistry of the cast.
I disagree. I thought it was good.
Did you like the chemistry?
Yes.
The Martin cast had chemistry.
Yes, they did.
I didn't think Living Single did.
Yeah, I thought they did.
You did, really?
And
Do you
that,
like Living Single better or not?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying that Living Single was Friends before Friends.
I didn't like the...
Who was in Living Single?
Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah.
I never watched
By the way, you mentioned Tashina Arnold.
Yes.
Have you watched The Neighborhood?
Oh, absolutely.
We love that.
Hilarious.
Show. We love it. And her with Cedric the Entertainer.
Uh-huh.
I think...
And I don't know the name of the neighbors.
He's the guy from New Girl.
Okay.
He played the douchey guy from New Girl.
What's his name? Yeah.
They are
and
good,
he plays a completely different character on that show, and he's fantastic.
But the show is really, really
It's
good.
a really well done show.
Really good.
But Sheena Arnold, she can hold her own with Cedric the Entertainer.
So she's gone
he's
from
another one.
Martin to Everybody Hates Chris.
Everybody Hates Chris.
She did great on that.
Right.
And then she has done The Neighborhood here.
And where did she start? You'll never know this.
As on sitcom?
Nope. Ryan's Hope.
I don't know
She
that.
started on Ryan's Hope.
I didn't know that.
Old soap opera Ryan's Hope.
Okay.
Max Greenfield was
Max
the guy.
Greenfield.
Yes. He's really good.
And he's
Very.
good, but he plays the geek so well.
Mm-hmm.
And on The New Girl, he plays the Connor type character really well.
The Connor type. He literally does have
He's good,
a
though.
jar that he has to put $1 in every time he says something.
Douchey.
Douchey, yeah.
Yes.
Bob, you have one?
I'll tell you what. I loved, only because John just brought up Cedric the Entertainer, so it's in my mind right now. The Steve Harvey Show was really funny.
That was really good. And I'm not a Steve Harvey person.
I was just going to say that, Devon. I am not. I don't even.
And that's not allowed where I come from. Everybody has to no.
I don't. I think there's too
That
much
show,
Steve
though.
Harvey now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all different. He's a judge. He's doing.
But I was way before this.
Yeah, that was
After
way
the Steve
before.
Harvey Show, I'm like, you're not funny anymore.
The Steve Harvey Show was
you're over the top. Yes, it was.
It was really good.
I said and never watched it.
Yeah,
It was
I
really
like that
good.
show a lot. Yeah,
That was good.
Did he have the two twin daughters
No.
on that show?
No, he didn't have
wasn't,
kids.
He wasn't married on that show,
He was a
right?
bachelor.
He
What
was
was
a
the
teacher.
What was the show?
Oh, with
The two twin daughters, Tia and Tamara.
Yeah, that was Tim Reed.
Was that Tim
Oh,
Reed?
yeah.
Okay, I remember. What was that called?
I didn't watch that.
Sister,
I remember that
Sister.
show. Sister.
Sister.
I remember that show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one though that didn't get its due.
Steve Harvey was a good one though. The show.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch 8? No, what was it?
8 is Enough.
No.
Yeah, that was
8
a
is
great
Enough was
show.
fine. That was a really good show.
Uh-huh.
Except Diana Hyland dying right off the bat could have killed that show, and they managed to survive it. She
don't
died.
know
John
that
Travolta's
story.
wife. She was the
John
mother.
Travolta's wife?
John Travolta's wife, Diana Hyland, was the mother on 8 is Enough, and she died of cancer. She got cancer the very first year, and then they had to replace her with Betty Buckley. See, that's stupid knowledge.
Yeah, I
Devon's
agree.
like,
It
I
is.
didn't even know
I just
that.
don't know. I know the
8
show.
is Enough?
Didn't watch it.
How about there was the show with Putty from Seinfeld and David Spade.
Yeah. That was
the
whenever I would catch it,
and
it was
Timmy
funny.
and Timmy
It was funny.
was the guy that
The
was
assistant.
It was
Is that
the assistant.
Yeah.
I can't think of it. Just Shoot Me. I used to love.
I didn't
Which
watch
also
a
was
lot
a
of it.
David Spade show.
I didn't watch a lot.
Just Shoot Me was a good one.
Yeah, but Living Single though was.
So you
first.
like Living Single?
Absolutely.
I didn't like their chemistry.
I like Friends.
I didn't
lot.
like the people. I guess the
I thought
characterizations. I didn't like their interactions.
I thought they worked.
I thought they were sarcastic to each other all the time.
Sometimes that's what friends do.
Yeah, but it never stopped.
That's what
You know what I
friends
mean? Like,
do.
like you know what I liked about Friends is because they would be incredibly heartwarming, incredibly picking on each other. Like I thought there was more depth to it. Living Single seemed like to me like they were always okay. Someone's walking in the room, they're busting chops, busting chops, busting chops.
All right, so that's why I'll go with again. Growing up where I grew up, that's how we.
That's
how
always
we do it.
was?
Yeah, that's how you
There
do
you
it.
go.
And you don't take it personally.
Right.
You just do it, and you laugh at each other. But you know what? They'll do the heartwarming stuff in a different way, later on. So that's why living single worked for me, and it was friends before friends.
One of the things we always looked forward to, Devon, I don't know if it was you, like me, the fresh daily news. When it was crisp and it was clean and it was 50 cents.
I like the flat one.
Yeah, the flat one.
I didn't like the one that was on top that was always
I'd always go underneath. Yes.
We did a story on that in the Daily News one time of why do people take the bottom of
because you don't want the flat one.
Yeah, it's funny.
I don't want the wrinkles or the bend paper. I want the
But what did I do? I just wanted Cooney's column, and we get it for free here.
Let's turn the page and find out what's in Cooney's column.
You're not paying $2.99 for this.
Well, if you had to come up with a word to describe the first half of the Phillies season, where would you go? Disappointing? Surprising? Expected? Maybe all those could be acceptable as we approach Game 81 tonight and the Phillies holding on to a 42-38 record and 1 game back of a wild card spot. But think about it. What this first half of the season has entailed, and it's a little more spectacular. We're talking about starting the season with your number 1 starter in Zach Wheeler, who was sick and behind schedule due to a shoulder soreness in the offseason. An unknown commodity still at third base, a lack of a true everyday center fielder. Oh, yeah, and a manager who hadn't impressed and ultimately was ousted. Not to mention the reigning MVP, who was looking every bit the part to repeat, garnering that award, suffering a devastating injury. The Bash brothers, who were brought and bought in with Nick Castellanos and Kyle Schwarber, were supposed to hide a lot of the aforementioned faults in this club. And to a certain extent, they have, particularly because the outstanding June put together by Schwarber, and now Castellanos seems to be coming around a little bit with his bat. What's it all mean for the future? What does that all mean? It really means 42-38. It's a perfect description of 42-38. It means exactly that. So what about moving forward? Well, here it is. You now have a manager that the players enjoy playing for. That number 1 pitcher, well, he's now among the best in the league. I believe Schwarber, Castellanos, Hoskins, and company, they're going to be more the bashers we anticipated before the season started. This bullpen now has gained a confidence that I think will translate to the type of solid performances that they've put together lately. So a second half of 47-34 to get the team to 90 wins, to me, a very distinct possibility, John.
Wow.
And when the Philly season ends, they will end their 11-year playoff drought. Oh, yeah. And on that early October Wednesday when the Philly season ends, the Eagles will also be 4-0.
Wow.
4-0. Nice.
Wow.
Right before
Optimism.
Fan Fest.
That's right.
Bob giving you out. They'd be 3-0 into Fan Fest, and then the 4 would come the next day.
Against Jacksonville.
Doug Peterson in the house.
And it's isn't it weird the Philly season ends on a Wednesday?
By the way, the season ends on a Wednesday.
Playoffs start when?
That next day, we get on a plane and go to Arizona.
Oh, so we'll be in Arizona watching probably Phillies
the
playoff
Phillies
game.
Playoffs.
And
which would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, I think if I'm not mistaken, the playoffs will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The games will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, depending on how it breaks.
Yeah, so the hope is that Wheeler and Nola are done pitching, in enough time that they can start a playoff series.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
I love the
we'll
idea.
see how that plays.
I like your positivity, Bob.
Imagine that, early October.
Wouldn't it be
Phillies
fun?
are going to be in the playoffs, and
you'll
Eagles
be in
will be 4-0. And then we're going to Arizona, and Fan Fest will be just behind
I'm an
us.
honorary member of the morning show. Am I going to?
I think it's in the works.
I think you never know. I mean,
I know it's in the budget.
You don't have to pay for
Besides,
my
if we-
hotel. I can stay elsewhere.
Oh, yeah, you do know
You can
people
stay with
out
Pat.
there.
Pat likes to stay with people in
Pat
hotel
loves
rooms.
that, yes.
I'll stay in a bigger place.
There you go.
Out there.
Hey, I need Bob and Devon to help clarify something for me. I appreciate the flexibility that James Harden is affording the Sixers by opting out, but I need transparency. For one thing, he isn't taking less money, and I keep hearing him being applauded for it. He is not taking less money, as I guarantee that the Sixers are going to guarantee him more than the $47 million he could have opted into. Secondly, now I'm going by Woj here. There reportedly is not any kind of hot market for him to go anywhere because people said, is it a danger for Malika Andrews asked, is there a danger for James Harden opting out. Could there be a danger that someone else swoops in? And Woj is like, no, I don't think there's a hot market for him at all out there. So what am I missing? I know it's complicated, but first of all, he's not taking less money to be here because the Sixers are going to guarantee him more money. And if Woj thinks there isn't a hot market for him out there, then isn't he just doing the smart thing for himself? I mean, it helps the Sixers in 2022-23, but isn't he just doing what?
So I'll start here. One, the money, it's a cap thing where he taking the less money has allowed them to get the P.J. Tucker. So
for today.
For today, exactly. So,
but he's getting the money.
Of course, he's getting the money, but he's also helping the team by taking less money, which allowed them to do more. The second thing of other teams not wanting, look, I don't think, and I think every GM in the league knew he wasn't leaving the Sixers. He's just not. He's not. He wants his legacy to be. He thinks it's tarnished, and rightfully so, because of what he did in Houston and what he did in Brooklyn. And from some people I've talked to, Harden wants to clear that up, and that is staying here, and that is winning here with Joel Embiid. He isn't going anywhere. He wasn't going anywhere. So therefore, I don't think any other teams are looking to grab him anyway.
I agree with you 100%. And as far as, again, the money part, that's just the gymnastics of the salary cap and leaving him off for the time being.
So why are people celebrating him taking less money when he's not?
Because he didn't opt in. If he opted in, it would have been different of how they approach things in signing the other players. If he opted in, with the opting out, whether he gets the money now going forward, you were not able to do that. So with him leaving that flexibility of making that adjustment of how he gets paid, not how much he gets paid,
but
how he gets paid, that helps out. So that's where the excitement is of that. So being the team player, him saying it publicly twice, his introductory press conference and then the exit interview saying, I will do whatever it takes to help this team win.
Well, he walked the walk.
Yes, he did. So,
and that's to be applauded.
And that's
Absolutely.
where, and I think that's where a lot of people are going because of that 47.4. He opts in. There's no flexibility.
But he's going to get more money.
Yeah, but the flexibility.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so I think.
But it's not like he's taking less. He's going to get more money.
And people are accepting of that at now because it was either, hey, if he takes the 1 year, great, give him the 47.4, but don't give him the extra years. Now it's, all right, you have to give him the extra years, but it seems like he is in it to win it, as Bob said. We're talking to people. He's walking the walk.
You put it perfectly. It's how he took the money. He took it in a way that helps the team pay other people.
Do we think Richard Jefferson's connected?
Yes.
Okay. He doesn't believe that somebody would have given Harden 3 at 35 apiece.
Maybe he's right.
3 years, $35 million apiece. So what's that? 105. Mm-hmm. He doesn't think 105 is out there on the market for where Harden is right now.
There were only a certain number. I think there were only 5 teams.
Correct. That could even approach that, right?
Sure. And they already had point guards. And maybe they had point guards, or if they did feel like they can upgrade the point guard position, they didn't want to go and do that with a 33-year-old.
So are the Sixers in the end going to end up paying him a deal that he couldn't get anywhere else?
Yeah, but I don't care. I don't care. Just because you already
do 2 years from now and 3 years
But when you made the deal already in February, you knew what you were getting yourself into.
Correct.
So that's why I don't care.
That is correct. Absolutely.
That's why.
Keeping him here and him getting paid the way he's getting paid gives you your best chance of a championship.
Yes. Yeah.
It just does.
You were the team that could pay him that 3 years, 105. But you made the move a few months earlier to solidify that ahead of time, where you just had to pay him whatever it was going to be. And now we know it's going to be more than 3 years, 105. But you did it already. You were one of those teams, and you already made that move. So I don't care what those other teams were thinking. You always hear, who are you bidding against? No one. You already knew that, though, when you made the deal. So you already stamped that in, and that's why it's okay. Now I am okay with it versus when we're talking about this in March, where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to give him that much. Right now I'm okay with it.
Okay, I want to ask you both a question, and it doesn't involve, one of the local teams, but the Rudy Gobert deal.
I don't like it.
Oh man,
why make?
I don't
like to me that seems Because that's you took a big swing there.
And you have a new president of basketball ops and Tim Connolly leaving Denver. He signs
I
that
don't
new deal.
understand.
I don't
understand that deal.
Rudy Gobert is a piece.
He's a piece.
He's not something you build around.
Now, you have 2 stars. And look,
yeah, you do.
He's
Anthony
not a
Edwards
third
already
star.
is a star in this league without having done anything really. But in a sense, he is. He's a third star for what he does. Multiple time defensive player of the year. He is an all-NBA player, and rightfully so, all defense. He is that. So he's a third star, just not the point production. It's the other side. And they lack in that defensive acumen. That's not their thing. And he brings that now, but I don't understand it because in today's league,
4 or 5
Karl
regular
Anthony
season
Towns is that center that you want. He was a third-team center, all NBA. I just didn't like the move and what you gave up. I like Jared Vanderbilt as a piece. Patrick Beverly worked as a piece with what they do. Malik Beasley could have been moved, and you can do other things. I don't get the fit. I don't get that as the first move. And he has a new contract.
I feel better that that's how you feel because I looked at it and said, I can't believe they made that move.
It was the first phone call I got the next morning, and it was Rock, and it's like, yo, what's up?
Of course
he goes,
it was.
Yeah, he goes, what the hell is this Rudy Gobert trade?
It's crazy.
It is. It is absolutely
nuts. He is
nuts.
one of the most polarizing good players in this league, right? He's very good at what he's great.
Yeah.
Well, much like Odubel Herrera, isn't he always going to be the voice, the face of COVID shutting down the league?
He is.
Even though he isn't, because it would have gotten shut down anyway.
Yeah.
But still, though.
He just happened to do something
He was such an arrogant ass.
Yes.
That licking the microphone or whatever he did, it was just tough.
Yeah, touching all the iPhones.
Hey, FanDuel Sportsbook presents FanFest 2022, Saturday, October the 1st from 1 to 5 p.m. at Xfinity Live. You got to be 21 to enter, so stay tuned to The Fanatic. We'll give you updates on special guest events and all the fun we have for that day. And Bob would like to give away a pair of tickets, and so would Coach Camille. But you know what you got to do? You got to call 215-263-0975, and you got to call the D-Train, and you got to say, 97.5 The Fanatic, choo-choo. That's your first response. He's hanging up on you if you don't give him the D-Train welcome. Choo-choo. That's your entry. You're going to get tickets to FanFest. We want you on the logs. We want you there. So make sure that you call D-Train right now, 215-263-0975. Coming up, the halfway mark has had some crazy storylines, even more than General Hospital. We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You know, Bet Parks is an official betting partner of the PGA Tour. And one of the things that's really fun is in a PGA Tour event when you're betting along with the matches as they're going along. The Bet Parks app lets you check out special boosts, special wagers that they've got, over-unders and things like that you can wager on. And how about a risk-free bet up to $750? You can bet baseball by betting more than the score. I've got a problem sometimes betting on the score. So why don't you bet on individual player performances, hits, home runs, strikeouts? BetParks is the only sportsbook and casino app that I recommend. That beautiful BetParks casino, I'm going to be up there on Friday night. Can't wait to see it again. Odds, bets, slots, all in one place coming together. Live in-game wagering changes the game for you. Use my promo code Kincade. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool this summer. With NJ Diet, it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds. NJ Diet is unlike any other weight loss program. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work, along with bioenergetic scans, to personalize supplements that will target your hormonal imbalances, which gets your body into the fat-burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep the weight off. Guys, don't wait for your doctor to give you the bad news and then try to figure it out. Contact NJ Diet today. Get ahead of your health. Your weight loss can help you overcome any health issues like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, depression, even digestive issues. So what are you waiting for? Locations: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill, or worldwide with live online video consults. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Go to njdiet.com. Lose the weight for good.
Did you book the Townsend's 10th anniversary tickets?
Alona's travel agency is overbooked and experiencing delays.
Their point of contact
She
on the
needs to
ground.
land a new project manager to clear her business's runways.
Yes, Mrs. O'Hara, we checked. Pygmy goats do not count as emotional support animals.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a new laundry set that provides a powerful yet gentle clean in less time, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Get up to 25% off plus 750 instant savings on select appliances. Valid June 22nd through July 13th. U.S. only. Gas dryer extra. See store for details.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt. One of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold. Deadline fast approaching. But a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DQ presents the sound of a summer double play. It's the sound of drumstick pieces and peanuts combined with world-famous soft serve to make two all-star treats. The Drumstick with Peanuts Blizzard and new Caramel Drumstick with Peanuts Blizzard. Grab one today or get it delivered at DQ.com. Official treat of MLB. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Are you tired of being tracked online? There's a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Thanks, everyone, for baking your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
Hey, it's Cuz thinking about an engagement ring. If you're ready to pop the question, go to Golden Nugget Jewelers. Largest selection of certified diamonds and engagement rings. Your perfect ring is at Golden Nugget Jewelers. Major financing options, unbeatable prices for name brands, Barajo, Tacori, you name it. Online today, GoldenNuggetJewelry.com. Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Thinking about gas mileage? Quality oil like Valvoline Full Synthetic can help you get more out of every mile. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $36.99. Got an older vehicle? Try Valvoline Full Synthetic high mileage options. Get what you need for better fuel efficiency at any of our 6,200 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
When it's getting heated, Philly, Dunkin' is keeping it calm, cool, and cold brew with an ice-cold cold brew. And not just any cold brew, but one topped with brown sugar cold foam coolness with Dunkin's new brown sugar cream cold brew. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show.
Oh, I don't think I'm a lot dumber than you thought that I thought I was once.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
8 o'clock hour, the John Kincade Show is brought to you by Martin Law. Martin, the law firm for injured workers.
Perfect.
I did a good one there.
That was a good one.
Visit paworkinjury.com. Boy, I'm getting crushed by some people. Great respect for your Martin love, but not for your living single take.
I'm telling you. Go back. Living Single. Kim Fields, Queen Latifah, the chemistry was really good on that show.
See, I didn't think they were nice to each other.
Didn't have to be.
Yeah, but to me, it made it uncomfortable.
Okay.
Like, to me,
well, that's different.
I want the
chemistry was there. They just weren't nice to each other, but that was
I
part
sensed Kim Fields didn't like Queen Latifah.
On the show or personally?
Personally.
Okay.
Like, I sensed there was some, I don't know. I gave that show a lot of tries, like before cutting out on it. Unlike Faux Friends, the How I Met Your Mother.
Never watched. I watched episodes of it. I never committed to that.
Let's come
Is
up
that
with a
show that you like, Big Bang Theory? Isn't that a
That's
takeoff
funny.
of Friends also?
No.
Why?
Friends.
It's about six. Isn't it like six people that are all just hang out together all the time?
No, it's not anything like Friends. They're all.
Well, you talk about all these other shows where guys that hang out, and it's like a takeoff of Friends.
They literally, Friends is like, the Big Bang Theory is they're nothing like Friends. These are literally social outcasts. Like everybody.
I didn't see the socialness of Friends people because they just hung together.
Yeah, but they were not. They were very social because they all had their own lives separate of each other that you would get introduced to too. The Friends cast. Like you'd meet. Rachel went to work. Ross went to work. Chandler had his girlfriend. You met different things. The Big Bang Theory. They're literally social outcasts.
And they work together.
They go to work.
And they work. No, but they work together. Like they were always.
You like that show?
I did.
I can't stand it.
12 years for a show to go on that long.
Now I didn't watch it all 12. I watched it in the beginning, maybe about through 6.
Now Kelly Cuoco I could look at all the time. But
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
The rest of it, I'm good.
Yeah.
She's on to her boyfriend could be watching this morning.
Who's that?
Tom Pelfrey could be watching the show this morning.
I don't know Tom.
He's been known to watch. Did you watch Ozark?
No.
Well, he's in Ozark.
Okay.
But he also likes Pat Egan.
Okay.
So just a little.
There you go.
See, get a little judge of character there.
There you go, Pat.
Hey,
Who doesn't like Pat Egan?
Not many.
I'm telling you,
He's got a big following.
He does.
Yeah.
I think Coach just raised his hand. Coach, did you raise your hand?
I did, yeah.
He raised his hand.
Yeah, I don't really like Pat.
Martin Law's the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com.
Work injury right there.
There you go. There's a work.
Pat.
That was like you just got clubbed.
Yeah.
Just got clubbed a little bit there.
I hurt his feelings.
Stand up for my
Sorry.
guy.
You did, and that happens from time to time, right? I mean, we get some hurt feelings. I said it's sort of like the living single thing.
Love Pat. I was a guest on the first Pat and Tunis show this
By the way, I
Saturday.
heard that. That struck me the other day. I get a tweet about it, and it didn't even out of nowhere. Pat and Tunis.
You were a guest, huh?
I was. It was pretty cool. Early Saturday morning, I got a text from Tunis, a phone call from Pat, which I didn't answer, but a text from Tunis saying, we want you to be the first guest.
Well, that's very nice of them.
I was honored and
You
privileged.
should be honored.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Nice.
You should be honored.
Yeah.
They should be fun.
That should be fun.
They
yes.
are. Yeah, that's a good duo right there.
Hey, the Phillies halfway mark has some really crazy storylines. What if I told you before the season that the Phillies would win the season series versus the Dodgers and the Brewers? What if I told you before the season that they would be just a game out of the wild card on the 5th of July? What if I told you that Zach Wheeler was once again going to be Zach Wheeler-esque and that Aaron Nola would be having his second best season ever statistically? Then what if I told you that they would fire their manager in May, but would bounce back and win 68% of their games since the change? This is a crazy mixed bag. It's one that leaves me really intrigued and one that has me slightly annoyed, but I've got to tell you, I've been entertained. This has been an entertaining Phillies season. And that's honestly the first thing I ask for, is to be entertained. But if I told you all those things, they're going to fire Girardi before the season, I tell you, Girardi won't last till Memorial Day. You would have been like, right after Memorial Day, he got fired just after Memorial Day. You would have been like, okay, it's going to be a crappy year. But then if I told you, well, Wheeler's going to be back to Wheeler form, and Nola is going to have his second best year ever at this point in the season, you would have been like, oh, okay. And you're going to win the season series versus the Dodgers and the Brewers, two of the teams that are leading their divisions right now. You would have been like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. I would have had one question. How are they doing against the Marlins and Mets? Honest to God.
Specifically
when
the
Marlins. When I read what you put out, I said to myself, if John would have put this to me, what would my response have been? That would have been my response. Okay, of all that. That's cool. I hear you. Weird. Oh, great.
Weird.
But how are they doing against the Marlins and Mets? Marlins first in my mind. How are they doing against the Marlins?
You're 3-9 because I'm a dork. You're 3-9 against the Mets, which is completely unacceptable. And you're 3-4 against the world champion Braves, which I think is more than acceptable. Plenty of games left to be. You can do well there. So I mean, this is an interesting team though. They're confusing though, Devon. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, but when it all comes back to it again, it's right where you thought they would be. But yeah, to your point,
but not how.
Not how.
Correct.
And Joe Girardi gets fired. Of course, you would think that things were going downhill. They were, but for whatever reason, they were able to turn it around. Whether it's Thompson or just the veterans in the clubhouse, just getting things together, and Bryce Harper getting them back on track. It has been a strange first 81 of the season for the Phillies because I counted them out. As I said a little bit earlier, I counted them out when they were down 6.5 in the third wild card. No way they come back, but they found their way back, and they've done it through all the thing from the injury with Harper, the firing of Girardi, but having Wheeler and Nola do what they're doing. The bullpen doing good stuff.
The bullpen's been more than adequate.
Right, exactly. And then the lineup, we just knew that they would be able to hit. And then you have a month like Kyle Schwarber, and you didn't know it would happen. You thought it would happen, and then it happened, but to see it every day versus reading about it when he was in Chicago or Washington or wherever he may have been, to see it on an everyday basis, that's another storyline that goes into it. And it kind of masks a little bit the Castellanos and Real Muto part of it just because he's been able to pick things up. They would sprinkle something in there, Real Muto specifically. But for him to have that June and be out as good as he was and be the player of the month that he was, that's where you look at all of these storylines and you say, okay, this has just been an intriguing, fun, frustrating, range of emotion type of Philly season through the first 81.
Connor, you're going to do a daily podcast, the Locked On Phillies podcast. Everybody should be checking out Connor's work on that. To win 68% of their games since Rob Thompson took over, only the Yankees have won games at a 68% or better clip this year in all of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's awesome. I didn't see it coming. I thought they'd be slightly better because of that bump you get from just kind of the momentum, I guess.
New manager.
The adrenaline, the new manager adrenaline type of thing for maybe like a week, and then they just didn't cool off. So, yeah, I love that. I'm happy with where they're at, and I would have signed up for everything that they've gone through to this point outside of the Bryce Harper injury.
That was terrible. And we were driving back from the Andrea Bocelli concert.
Oh, yeah, you haven't even been on air since he got hurt.
No. And we're driving back listening to the Fine Phillies broadcast, and Harper gets hit by a pitch on the AC Expressway. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. And Christine's like, that doesn't sound good. She goes, they don't sound very positive about it. I said, what's to be positive about? And I said instinctively at the time, Harper gets hurt, season's over. Just in my head, season's over.
How you feel now?
I'm still leaning towards it's going to end up costing them. And I also don't understand why we wouldn't just have the elbow surgery now.
Well, because he's going to come back. Or why throw away the whole season if you don't have to?
Well, here's what we now know, though. The Phillies have played a card. They've now told you how big that elbow surgery is going to be. Because Harper's expected to be out, what, another 5 weeks? 4 weeks minimum?
Yeah. Well, we weren't expecting it to be a 6-week surgery,
but
right?
Now no. That was one of the. I went back and read the pieces going, if they cleaned up his elbow, could be 6 weeks, could be 8 weeks. If the Phillies thought it was a 6 to 8 week injury, he'd had the surgery right now. They're telling you, this is something bigger. And they're not letting us know.
Okay, so it's 3 months, and he's back. I don't
now
know.
you're saying 3 months. That's optimistic.
Well, we were saying you just said it could have been 6 weeks at one point if it was just
no. Well, they
cleanup.
were
We
speculating.
really don't know. If you can have Bryce Harper back this season, you bring Bryce Harper back this season.
The
We talked about
Phillies
this last week.
The Phillies are imitating the 76ers with this thing a little bit. Like, why
Hiding
during this time off? So when he got the shot, they said they were going to relook at the elbow. I think in however many weeks it was. I think we're at that point.
They were.
All right, are they going to look at the elbow again soon and determine how bad it is, how good it is, whatever, and let the public know, do you think?
I have no idea.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Connor, that's a bad answer. That's a bad answer from the Phillies. Why the subterfuge? I'm telling you.
I don't think it is. I think they can push this off. They can get away with it. They'll cross that bridge when they come to it.
Okay, this elbow injury, if it is on the high side of what he has to get done, you're talking about missing next year, probably minimum 2 months.
I got you, but you're playing with an if as opposed to, hey, we could have this guy, the MVP of the league, potentially back in 6 weeks. I know that with this thumb thing, and I know he can play through whatever's going on with the elbow right now before the surgery because he was hitting like 350 with it. So I take him back, and we cross that other bridge when we come to it.
100%.
I don't want 2023 being screwed up.
I'll sacrifice the start of the season because you're in season and what they could potentially do. We don't know. While we're talking about everything about them being this average team and we know who they are, they could get hot. Bob, you said it earlier. Your first series with Wheeler and Nola for games 1 and 2 could be 2-0. And then what? You win that series.
Well, then you win that series
and
you
then
go on,
what?
yeah.
Right. So I can sacrifice the beginning of next season.
If that's all it is.
If
right.
that's all it is.
You realize if you don't make the postseason this year and then let's say it was a 2 or 3 month injury next year, you're going to be pissed off. You're going to be pissed off if you're going.
You made the call
we don't
based
have
on
them for
what was
April,
happening.
May, and June, and parts of June. You're going to be like, they gave away next season gambling on finishing in third this year.
I think for me personally, more of how did it happen for them to miss it before I'm frustrated that they don't have him for the start of next season.
That's very fair. That's very fair.
How did it happen?
Good way to look at it.
If he's rolling and still being Bryce Harper and they missed out because others weren't doing their job, I'm not pointing the finger and saying he shouldn't have been playing because clearly he should have been playing and producing.
Yeah, I am really torn on this, and I brought it up before to you, John, before he even got this thumb thing. They better be real careful with this elbow because, I hear what you guys are saying. Like, win now, bring him back. He was hitting 330 and this and that. Okay, he could miss most of this year with the thumb, and then you go to the offseason, it's like, he's going to miss most of next year because of the elbow. You could have dialed back some of that time, is all I think John and I are probably saying.
I get what you guys are saying. Here's the one thing I'll say. How many years over the past 5 years have we seen the Phillies get hot in, like, July and August? And it doesn't matter. Like, even if Bryce Harper's out for the first 3 months of next year, if they can get him back in time for the stretch run September, I'm good with that.
Hey, crystal clear lakes, trout-filled streams, wide sandy beaches, Maine's got them all. It's summer and the water's calling. Visit Maine.com. This message sponsored to you by the Maine Office of Tourism. You and your pop ever hit Maine, Devon? Because you have I don't believe any of the rest of us have much family north.
Yeah.
Right? I do not.
No.
Maine, Rhode
you've
Island,
hit Maine?
Connecticut, New Hampshire, all of it.
So you're all
I have some in Connecticut. Yeah, I do, actually.
You got some Connecticut's?
Yeah. Yep, I forgot about that.
I don't trust Connecticut.
Sorry, Kim.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Connecticut people bother me a little
Connecticut
bit.
people bother me. It's like they don't want to take ownership of where they're from.
They go New York.
They call themselves New Yorkers.
Okay,
They call
I got
themselves
you.
Boston people. They don't celebrate being Connecticans. Is that the word? I don't even know what it is.
I guess
Because
so.
they don't celebrate it. We don't even know what the word is.
Yeah, I don't spend much time there, but just in and out.
I used to spend a couple weeks there every summer.
Yeah?
In
What, a
Connecticut.
lake or something?
In Ridgefield, Connecticut. No, that's where my cousin lived, and he and I are about the same age, and my parents wanted to get rid of me for a couple of weeks, so.
It was a good place to send you?
Yeah, we had fun.
You kept coming back, though.
We got in some trouble. Yeah, they had. Yeah, my cousin drove me back. She had enough of me, too, so. I mean,
Hey, Bob Cooney wants to ask, if this happens, will this happen? Try to follow.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
David Murphy had a pretty good column over the weekend, and it was I had written this down on Friday after the show. about something I wanted to talk about. And as much as we have discussed the improvement of the Sixers and what Daryl Morey has done and the exact things that they needed and he went out and got, it still comes down to this. It still comes down to Tyrese Maxey has to be better. James Harden has to be better. And Joel Embiid has to be as good, if not better. It doesn't matter all the other I mean, they're fine. But if those three things don't happen, PJ Tucker, Daniel House, none of that matters. So the point being, like, we can't get the James Harden that we had last year.
No.
And I'm speaking as if I'm the 76ers. We can't have Tyrese Maxey not improve upon what he was last year. Mm-hmm. We can't have Joel Embiid, because as many as the 38-point games and the greatness that we saw, there were absentee times from Tyrese Maxey. There were times where we didn't see him all that much.
Aren't there second-year player? Isn't that common? DNA for second-year players?
But we gave that. But now with year 3, you're talking about...
Exactly. Those dips don't happen.
Okay.
And they can't happen.
Can't.
And then I'm not even bringing in Tobias Harris into the equation. Or Tobias Harris just needs to be what he was during the playoffs last year.
Which
and
he was maybe their best.
I think you
most
found
consistent.
something there.
Yep.
And I think James Harden saw something there in Tobias Harris where he said, ooh, all right, we got a nice little piece here. Maybe I have to include him a little bit more. James Harden's game to me last year was more of a thinking man's game. I'll call it an old man's game, where the body wasn't allowing you to do some things that you wanted to do, so you had to think the game through with your head, and therefore that's the way you played the game. I really think it's the reason we're seeing, here it is, the summertime video, but I think it's the reason it's getting out there that he's out there working out to get his body back to where it should be, could be. With this hamstring and with anything else. I think if those little improvements are made, that the other things kind of just fall into place. And, this team could be really, really close in this Eastern Conference.
Well, the thing is that on the plane, which I love long plane flights to be able to do stuff. To me, and Devon, I know you've talked about it some at night. I still think they're, to me, a top 3 team.
Absolutely.
Like
Boston and Milwaukee did get better.
It pissed me off that they made moves that just...
Yeah. And I took those calls Friday where people... did they happen? They happened while I was doing the show. You guys had already did the show on Friday.
Right.
But people were upset about the Brogdon part because the Brogdon acquisition to Boston, bigger name. So, of course, I would have loved them here too. However, it doesn't minimize what the Sixers did for what they needed to do as well. And that's where Joe Ingles to Milwaukee, they didn't need to do that.
No.
They did it.
It's nice, though.
It's nice, and he's not going to be back until
December?
February, March.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that long.
But that's a great trade pickup for them at the deadline because he's going to come back and be that new piece that they didn't have for a good part of the beginning of the season. So they've done some really good things there. But I do think the Sixers are still in the top 3 because of the fact that you do have your stars. You have one superstar and you have an all-star, and then you have everybody else. And, Bob, that's where you talk about everything else simply falling into place. Can Tyrese Maxey now turn into where I remember when he dropped that 38 in Game 1 against Toronto?
It's amazing.
And I'm like, this guy's a star.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yep.
He's a star. Not saying in that moment he's a star. You could see that he's going to be a star. Well, next year, they need him to be that star. His transition is one that you look at and you say that's where the Tobias Harris part falls into place because there's less on Harris. Forget about the money. The money is done at this point. We know what he makes.
Right.
It's not about that anymore.
Can't harp on that.
It's about the production, and he simply drops to 4. But if Maxey is having a lower night where he's not giving you his 18 or that impact where you know where he scored 7 in a row, Tobias Harris scores 8 in the first quarter, but you don't remember it. The impact is different. It takes the pressure off of Harris of what he does and takes away from it because Maxey is now taking on that responsibility of living up to being that type of player of now being this budding star.
You think Tobias feels pressure because of the paycheck? Because when you're the fourth third or fourth option, depending on the time.
You know what I think is less of the money? It's more of just proving that he is the player that he thinks he is and the player that the fans want him to be because of the money.
Okay.
So they want it to be because of the money. He wants it to be because of I'm that good and I'm only talked about in a negative way. I'm not talking about in a positive way of my 18 every single night. And by the way, people don't realize I don't get plays called for me.
Yeah, I don't. I think the exact opposite, that there isn't pressure, that he shouldn't play like there's pressure on him now.
No, I think he shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
But does he?
I don't think he will this year. After the playoff performance, after listening to people saying, oh, you know what? Okay. And knowing that James Harden is here now, fully, has a full offseason, full training camp.
It's important.
I think Tobias Harris might be a guy that can finally let his shoulders down and breathe deep and take a deep breath and say,
can he
I'm
still
all right.
give you 17, 18 a night?
It'll be interesting to see.
Because Maxey was 17 a night last season as well.
Yeah. I mean, they have some offensive firepower.
And I said this. Tobias Harris is a professional scorer.
Yes.
Kevin Durant is a professional scorer in all caps.
Right.
There's
Good
a
way
difference.
Of putting it. Yeah. Tyrese Maxey is not a professional scorer yet.
Not yet.
Right.
Yes.
I agree with you.
Not yet.
I've heard you use that before at night, and I always go, okay, I get the idea of the professional scorer in caps. It almost
like
makes
Carmelo
me,
Anthony,
but it
again,
also makes me
all
feel
caps.
Okay, but it also makes me feel like we should expect more of the guy who is a professional scorer.
And that's why I say the impact. He leaves me too much where his 18 has too many. When you say gaps for Tyrese Maxey, like John Bob is saying that, there's too many gaps of Tobias Harris gave me 18 or he gave me 30. How about when he gives me 30? And I'm like, Tobias Harris gave me 30?
Wow. And it's usually quiet.
That's what I mean.
Here's what Tyrese Maxey needs to do. He can't go to average 18 a game. He can't go 39 and 0. Right. He needs to go 18-18.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It sounds weird, but he can't be riding the waves. He's got to be that straight line guy.
But then he gave you 9.
Exactly.
Yeah, he can't do that.
Went 4 for 17. And I always loved it. Bob, you probably did this too. We would always look at it and say, all right, if I get 4 points a quarter, I got 16.
Yeah.
Now, where do I do the other stuff?
Exactly.
And that's where you look at it. Tobias Harris will give you 18, but it's like, where was there's no oomph to that 18. I don't remember that 8 in a row during a 12-0 run that the Sixers had, and I say, oh, Tobias Harris did that. That's where he had that impact in that game.
Got to tell you, I always hear that it's a players' league. But I got to wonder, too, is when does a players' league stop being a clown show? We'll get to that next. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully it's a long weekend for you and you're just running out to get coffee and you're not going to work. But if you are, like us, we're glad you're with us here on the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, guys, step up to the tee and take a swing at betting the PGA Tour on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge. New customers can bet the tour with a no-sweat first bet and get $1,000 back in free bets if you don't win. Now, you know what I like to do? I've told you before. Yeah, you're always going to look at the big guys, the Rory McIlroys, the Justin Thomases, all of the big hitters in the game. You're always going to look at them. But look at the tournament and look who did well last year, and then you might pick up a name or two that you weren't expecting to do all that well. Maybe it's a Matt Fitzpatrick or a Xander Schauffele, somebody like that. But look at the tournament from last year, see who did well, and then you might want to bet them in this year. FanDuel has great daily promotions, and I love when I win. I get paid faster than a blistering drive off the tee. So see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code Bob to get started with your no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's promo code Bob. FanDuel Sportsbook, official betting operator of the PGA Tour. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited, I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The biggest party of the year for Philadelphia sports fans is back.
Oh, my God! FanDuel Sportsbook presents 97.5 The Fanatic's Fan Fest, Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live.
Let's just go. All of the Fanatic hosts celebrity guests, interactive activities, and attractions.
And lots of food and drink.
97.5 The Fanatic's Fan Fest 2022.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live.
The countdown is on.
This is a free event, but you will need a ticket to attend.
Keep listening for ticket giveaways, ticket rate appearances, online ticket raids, and a special offer from FanDuel Sportsbook to score tickets.
Must be 21 or older to attend.
97.5 The Fanatic's Fan Fest 2022. Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Believe it. Be there.
Hi, it's John Kincade. I hope you're listening to the show every single morning. You know, I'm a 2-time cancer survivor. So I want to thank all of you who have joined us in supporting life-saving cancer research by donating at aacr.org/fanatic. And to our generous corporate partners, thank you for stepping up and supporting the AACR. It's the official charity of the John Kincade Show.
Davis CPA Group. For personalized caring accountants, bookkeeping, payroll, and tax preparation services, visit daviscpagroup.com. With over 1,500 windows to choose from, Window Nation can outfit any home. Call 866-90Nation or visit windownation.com. You can always count on H&H Heating and Air Conditioning for total home comfort and fast, friendly, and local HVAC service. Visit delcohvac.com.
You know, donations to the American Association for Cancer Research from our listeners and corporate partners add up to big breakthroughs that benefit cancer patients worldwide. Join me. Make a life-saving donation today at aacr.org/fanatic.
Hey, it's Cuz. Don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool this summer. With NJ Diet, it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds. NJ Diet is unlike any other weight loss program. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work, along with bioenergetic scans, to personalize supplements that will target your hormonal imbalances, which gets your body into the fat-burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep the weight off. Guys, don't wait for your doctor to give you the bad news and then try to figure it out. Contact NJ Diet today. Get ahead of your health. Your weight loss can help you overcome any health issues like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, depression, even digestive issues. So what are you waiting for? Locations: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill, or worldwide with live online video consults. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Go to njdiet.com. Lose the weight for good.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s, like go back to college, learn to skateboard.
Whoa.
Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. At aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a free 3-minute chat with the friendly digital retirement coach, Avo, and receive personalized tips to help boost your savings. Start chatting with Avo today at aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations, so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tide presents Laundry Truths, Cold Hard Savings.
Oh, hey, about to start a load. On hot? You know, washing in cold water with Tide can save you up to $150 a year on your energy bill. $150? Go on. The lower the temp, the lower your bills. Simple. Plus, Tide Pods are designed for a powerful clean, even in cold. Wow, cool tip. Get it? Oh, yeah. I get it.
Turn to cold and save with Tide. Energy savings based on average from switching from hot to cold and non-AC machines.
The Better Fred White and Blue sales event is on at Fred Beans. Now through July 9th, we're letting freedom ring with a better selection of over 1,200 new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and more arriving daily. Drive out the lot with $0 down financing or leasing and get up to $2,000 over book value for your trade. Plus, you can save time with Fred Beans Expressway, the better way to buy a car online. Celebrate a better Independence Day at the #1 automotive group in the Philly area during the Better Fred White and Blue sales event. Online at fredbeans.com. Call 267-454-6814 for full details.
Hi, I'm Peter.
I'm Emma.
And our deck is TimberTech.
I'm the practical one in the family.
And I'm the designer. We chose TimberTech because I wanted a great design.
And I wanted low maintenance.
We love our TimberTech deck because it looks just like real wood.
And it's easy to maintain. I don't have to worry about the kids running around.
TimberTech was really the best of both worlds for us.
Visit Home Depot or HomeDepot.com to start your next TimberTech decking project.
Did you know that shapes have sounds? This is the sound of a square because it's Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef served up on those hot and juicy hamburgers. And this is the sound of a circle. Not the Arctic Circle, but a circle of frozen beef that's flash frozen somewhere else. And this is the sound of a triangle. Anyway, when you want hot and juicy hamburgers, go for the square at Wendy's. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
The John Kincade Show.
This group of people, when they put their minds together, they can do something great.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
If you're heading down the Jersey Shore, make sure you brought the Bet Parks app with you or download it right now. Go to the beach, go to the boardwalk, go to the boat on the bay. Bet Parks, when you're down the shore, you can download it at betparks.com. You got to be 21 if you're in New Jersey. If you got a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. By the way, I was telling you guys earlier, big shout out to Executive Chef Quincy out at the Hard Rock down in Atlantic City.
What do you say, Executive Chef Quincy?
Well, Quincy's a good dude. Got a chance to meet him and his fine crew out there at the, you got to go to the steakhouse right there in the Hard Rock. Council Oak. Connor, I think you could get lucky after a dinner at the Council Oak.
Doesn't sound like my kind of place.
No, I think it would be because there would not be a lady who would be not impressed with a nice dinner out at Council.
Oh, I'm sure it's lovely. I'm not exactly the fine dining type. I'm more of the two hot pockets on the couch type of guy. So,
hot pockets.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is the hot pockets. Do you make them when you have a woman over? Do you say I'm going to make you?
I
the
don't
hot
think they're
pockets?
eating dinner together, John.
No, the hot pockets are
Straight
normally
to
just for
dessert
me.
with Connor.
The pizza rolls normally come out when I have company.
So it's company. It's the pizza rolls.
They're a great sharing snack. Who doesn't like pizza rolls?
Everyone likes pizza
I
rolls.
do not.
Oh, really?
I don't like anything in the microwave.
Oh, I put them in the oven.
You put them in the toaster oven or the
The
regular
toaster
oven.
oven's all right.
Yes.
Or the fryer. The
Yes.
air fryer is a
Correct.
wonder.
You put them in the air fryer.
Love me an air fryer.
Yes.
By the way, I didn't even notice something that I'm very sort of oblivious to stuff, even around my own house. The other day I go, where's the air fryer? And it's no longer on the counter in the kitchen.
They put it away. Clean
somebody
it. Store it
came
away,
and
right?
had their way
Christina,
with your
put
air
it
fryer.
away.
Put it away.
Okay, so you're
So is there a designated
whoa.
spot on the counter for it?
There
Yeah,
was.
I
That's
have-
where I had it.
So you don't put it away after the fact?
No.
Okay.
So Devon, are you?
Mine
telling
stays
me,
on the counter, but I know I know of that put it away after it's used.
So you're saying Team Christina? Are you Team Christina on this?
No, I'm more team you.
Because she's putting this.
But I do understand where somebody might
She's like, it
decide.
should not be out on the counter.
Should
Did
not.
you confront her and say, why can't it? Or
No,
how
was
did
like,
it go?
She goes, I put it away like 10 days ago.
So you
She goes, obviously it's of real importance to you because you just
So it
noticed
hasn't been
it.
used in
That's
10
You
days.
just
away.
noticed it,
Right.
and you just noticed that it was moved.
Yeah, I think a safe thing if you move something and it's over a week before the person who complains about it notices, then, you're like, why did it have to go away? Then I think she's justified. If you had noticed in less than a week, that's clear that you need it out on the counter more often,
And
but
I-
now she wins.
And I think she was saying, too, is that considering since I've been here, how many meals have you cooked for me? Was sort of, it's like, well, what do you, like, you're not cooking for me.
See, you make the pizza rolls, you wouldn't be in this predicament, John.
See, with Co-Pair, I'm not doing the pizza rolls.
You don't have to eat them, Christina.
By the way, that was the best of all, was going to Vegas and not gaining weight. Joe Bell was like, well, how'd you not put on the weight? The big difference, I didn't drink as much.
Okay. Is that because of
The free alcohol? Well, trying to do the Co-Pair thing and trying to be good.
Right.
The free alcohol in Vegas kills you. Being able to play cards and not have that, it was just too much. So that's just staying away from
all the times I've been to Vegas, I never got a free drink.
That's incredible to me. But did you sit at a
gamble.
table? You
No,
don't
I don't
gamble.
gamble.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
He was not neither time. You did play a slot, though.
I played for my son because our son Tommy loves to play the slot, so I promised him that I would put 20 in for him, but I didn't win.
And you didn't win.
You didn't have free drinks down in the VIP section with Brian Westbrook at the game?
Yeah, you did have free drinks
personal
there.
questions.
Yeah.
You did there. Boy, you can channel Pat when it's convenient for you.
I miss Pat.
You really do.
Why the slander because of Brian Westbrook?
All right,
No,
So
you
it's not Brian's fault remotely.
No,
it's entirely on Bob and
let's
Pat.
let's let Devon know this one is that we went to the Raiders game out in Vegas last year with the John Kincade Show crew.
Remember.
And all of our listenership.
Yep.
You know, there with Philly Sports Trips, they did a magnificent job. And we had really, really nice seats. But they weren't like the primo, top-of-the-line, top-dollar seats.
We were up a little bit.
Connor and I were sitting next to each other, heavy Chevy up with us. And I go, Bob and Pat have been away forever.
So Pat and I were a row below them. And I said, I got to go to the bathroom. Pat said, yeah, me too. So we walked out to go to the bathroom. As we were going to the bathroom.
First of all, two dudes going to the bathroom together.
Westbrook, well, he was going to stop and get an ice. I don't know what it was. But as we were walking, Westbrook texted me and said, hey, you at the game? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, why don't you come on down?
Isn't that nice? Brian Westbrook,
and I said,
Villanova legend.
I said, all right, where are you? And he tells me. So
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to get there. He's actually sitting on the field in the end zone. I didn't think we were going to get there. So I said, come on, Pat, like a little adventure. So we go down and we're winding down. We get past one security guard, past another. We get to a gated thing or a roped off thing, and security guard's there. And I'm like, hey, man, we're trying to meet our friend Brian Westbrook. And being silly, I said, look, he just sent me a text. And I show him my phone.
Now, here, that might carry weight, right?
Yeah,
Right.
there. And
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for the guy to go, yeah, get out of here. The guy
Whatever.
turns around and opens the rope and says,
He
go
opened
ahead.
them up.
So we went down and we hung with Westbrook for like a quarter on the
Nothing
field.
wrong with that.
And these
No, we never saw them again until
Did you hear
afterwards.
that? Nothing
Wait a
wrong
minute.
with that.
Yeah.
It was the second half.
Yeah.
And they were getting killed. Nothing wrong with that, Devon said.
Well, Devon,
You took our side.
Wouldn't you tell the people you were sitting with, hey, we're down with Westbrook?
I would
They
probably
just
say,
disappeared.
Hey, yeah, I'm elsewhere.
yeah, there
Right,
was no
wouldn't
there was
you-
no more room at the end, though.
That's fine, but Pat's a tiny guy. We thought he might have been kidnapped.
Hold up, is it
Who
about
knows
the
what
room
happened?
or letting them know?
No, letting us know even where you went. They did the disappearing
But you would have
act.
also wanted to be there too, wouldn't you?
I would have loved that, but Brian Westbrook, Villanova legend, doesn't text me, even though I know he has my text.
So can I say
He could
something
text me
about this
anytime
trip?
he wants.
So you guys did your trip. I was invited to go
Right?
with them. Brian, Freddie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I had pregame.
Interesting.
So I'm knocked out of these trips when I'm invited because I was doing pregame. So I would have been there and said, hey, guys.
Yeah.
Because I was
and
already
you would have
there.
said, well, you would have waved them into the VIP area.
But I also think you guys would have known I was
Now,
there
it was
too.
an adventure. We just went for a little bit. We visited. Like I said, I don't
No,
even
we
know
never
if we
saw
stayed.
you again.
No, we went back up to our seats. We certainly did.
Oh, you did?
Absolutely.
I don't remember that part of the equation
I
at
don't
all.
remember that.
Oh, we did.
Heavy Chevy?
You thought you did?
I need,
And there's the
Wait a
answer
minute.
about the free drinks.
Wait a minute.
Clearly had a couple.
I need Heavy Chevy to walk around. Heavy Chevy to walk around and
Mike
enter
was there
into this
too.
studio.
Okay.
He was sitting there because Connor and my recollection is we never saw those two jabronis again.
Well, Bob did say, I thought we came back.
No, he didn't.
But
And we were
walked,
up.
we walked back with you after the game to the hotel because we all went to dinner together. You went to your yellow fish or
No, that wasn't that night.
it wasn't?
No,
Yellow
wasn't.
fish?
Wasn't.
Restaurant?
I don't remember. I didn't walk
Yellowtail?
back with you guys.
Yellowtail.
Wow,
Yellow
how many
Tail, which
drinks
is
did
great, by the
Westbrook
way.
get us?
Hey, where's Heavy Chevy? Because I need a vote on this because I know he was there.
I'm going to call Pat too on the break and ask him. I think he has.
Because you did know. I
good
don't
memory.
trust either one of you to give us the right answer.
Pat doesn't drink. He'll remember everything like that.
Right.
All right, I ask you, though, both of you gentlemen who covered the NBA, have been around the NBA forever, why in the NBA do kooks, and I will use kook because I witnessed it personally, like Kyrie Irving, continually get the benefit of the doubt?
Personally, kook with Kyrie Irving?
Yes.
Okay.
When they are completely not committed to their craft, are not team players, documented, and continually cause discord and problems where they are. Why would anyone in the NBA first think, yeah, we can fix him? Yeah, he's going to be different here, when he's continually proven that he's not. He blew up the Cavaliers and LeBron, and he admitted after the fact, yeah, I made a big mistake there. Yeah, I made a mistake there.
Yeah.
And this man, he is the perfect examination of somebody who, when things are going well, he's going to blow it up. He blows up his own existence. Why would anybody trust him? And more importantly, why would anybody want him?
So when you talk about anybody, are you speaking executives?
An NBA team, an executive, a coach, whatever.
Because the players, for whatever reason, I've always heard this, Bob, I'm sure you have, they love him. They love him.
Yeah.
And that's all it is for them, the basketball. Now, the executives, they have to look at a lot of different things, but for the players, they love Kyrie Irving. And that's why I think with the players, he gets the benefit of the doubt because he has a great reputation with them, and they marvel at his skill level on the floor. Many of them who are superior talents can't do what he does with the basketball. It's on a string, and he gets to where he wants.
Oh, he's amazing when he decides to play.
And he gets the benefit of the doubt for that reason.
There's your answer. You just answered your own question. Like, he's one of the top 10 players in the NBA right now when he plays, right?
Talent, yes.
Talent,
right?
yes.
He's one of the best finishers I've ever seen in my life.
Ever.
Around the rim. I know all of this can be put with the caveat of if he so decides. But when he decides to play the game of basketball, he's simply one of the best there is out there right now.
But to me, Bob, if you decided to show up Monday, Thursday, and Friday committed to this show.
Oh, it's amazing.
That's pretty much his summer
it
schedule.
was like, and Tuesday and Wednesday, you're like, look, it's just not my day of the week, or I'm calling out sick, or I'm just not as into it. I'm sorry, I'm just not as into it. Mondays and Fridays are more my day. I'd be like, bullcrap, go find another show to be on. I would never want to do business with someone who is not committed to my well-being. And as a team member, you have to be committed to the team.
Well,
he's not.
I have two things with that. One, the James Harden piece. Part of that was all we kept hearing was James Harden was like, I can't do this with him. I'm out. Get me out. Now, it looks bad because of how he exited Houston. And I don't know how you felt, John, but I know a lot of people, again, starting to come at James Harden because he decided, I have to leave this Brooklyn situation because of what we hear is Kyrie Irving based.
I came at him for the way he exited Houston.
Okay, now
not the way he exited Brooklyn.
Okay.
Because I understood Brooklyn, he was being held back by someone else's unprofessionalism.
Right.
What I found funny was his unprofessionalism is what he used to get out of Houston.
All right.
He acted unprofessional on purpose to get what he wanted.
Now, part two. Kyrie
I think it's hypocritical.
Kyrie Irving had the option of $36+ million for his opt-in, which he did. But there were the talks before he did that he would opt out and become a $6 million man and just go play and then get the money the next season. Now, as we are here and looking at the Sixers, we evaluate him. I'm not trading for him with $36 million on his contract.
6 you would.
But I can't sit here and look you in the eye and say I can't look at him with $6 million.
Oh, 6 I would.
Then you have to go do it. So
that's low risk. Right.
But there it goes. He's still the same player. He's still the same person. He's still approaching it Monday, Thursday, Sunday. But with $6 million, it makes it easier on you, John, to say, all right, I will give it a shot.
And here's another thing, and I say this to you guys all the time. The biggest egos in sports, and it might not be outward egos, but it could be inward with a lot, are coaches and general managers. They take the jobs because they think, and a lot of times rightfully so, that they can fix anything.
Ben Simmons.
Right.
So if you take on a Kyrie Irving, you say, yeah, he might have been that there, but guess what? I can get that top 10 talent out of him each and every night.
In
Nobody
my
else
culture.
could, but I can.
Right.
Exactly.
Ben Simmons. He can't shoot in Philadelphia. They're not teaching him the right way.
Right.
Bring him here.
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
fix him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll fix him. Devon, by the way, it's the it was the Uncle Drew premiere, the red carpet premiere, behind the scenes, the VIP party.
Never seen that movie.
And I watched Kyrie Irving scold a member of the wait staff at the VIP behind the scenes party.
Is this the ice story
Yes.
you told me about? Yeah.
Filtered ice.
Yeah.
Where he literally took the cup, took a couple ice cubes, put them in his mouth, and goes, spit them into the cup and said, this isn't filtered ice.
Yeah.
I said filtered ice. And
not good.
I watched that and just said, I always wonder when people treat waiters, waitresses, whoever it is, that they can sort of feel like they're king for a day. That tells me a lot of window into people's souls.
I have
As if that woman chose to not give him filtered ice.
Understood. She gave the ice that was available.
By the way, she got a big tip from a 7'2" man who came over and said, "This ice is great. Here, honey."
So, but you do also hear the great stuff that he does off the floor.
In the community.
Now, I have a separate story. So you have yours, I have mine.
Right.
Third year in the league. He is Cleveland before LeBron gets there. Deion Waiters was still there, so that was the team. And he broke his hand, had a photo shoot for Slam Magazine. My friend was writing the cover story. Asked me if I want to go and tag along. Sure. Just us and two of his people, the photographer, also in the gym.
Sure.
Johnny was tremendous. The nicest person. Great guy. You know how you have these photo shoots, they bring in the gear. He's a Nike athlete. They bring all the stuff for the photo shoot, all that. He doesn't need it. Hey, take this, give it to your people.
Right.
All that type of stuff. That was the Kyrie Irving that I know.
And that's good.
See him the next season because I'm covering the 76ers. Sees me and speaks to me. How's everything going? All that. How's the season? How's work? Just like that.
See, that's good.
That's the one I know.
And that's
I don't
good,
like the one we see now, but that's my personal experience.
I wonder if he changed.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if something's changed.
Most times with how did you categorize Kyrie Irving? What was the word you used? At the beginning of the segment. I thought you used the word to describe kook.
Kook.
Most kooks are up and down personalities. Like at times they'll be normal, and at times they aren't, and that's what makes them kooky. Right? So if he was kooky all the time, there'd be a much harder word than kook labeled him. Like bad.
That makes it, Bob.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
Bob,
great
you put a big bow on the segment with that analysis.
It's good basketball talk.
Because kook people tend to be up and down,
and it's easier with 6 million versus 36 million.
It certainly is. Hey, in Cooney's Corner, Bob says he got a little PO'd at somebody this weekend that really has been getting the benefit of the doubt over and over again.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
You know, PO'd might be a little bit too harsh, and after I wrote it, I thought maybe I shouldn't have said it. But
potty mouth.
Rob Thompson this weekend, he took Derek Hall out of the starting lineup. Made me upset.
I would agree with you.
I would say less than PO'd, but a little bit more than hurt.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there may have been some tears flowing in the Cooney household when I didn't see Derek Hall's name in the lineup. Now, matchups, rookie guy, whatever. But hey, the guy came in, hit you 2 home runs in one game and another one the next.
And then took him out of the lineup.
Yeah, and look, this isn't, oh, Rob Thompson, what the hell are you doing? And maybe our hurt, maybe the wound is still open from Girardi doing
this
it so
was a
much.
selfish thing. You wanted that.
Because I think this guy is, John, in your words, I think this guy, Derek Hall, is joyous.
Yes.
He plays with a smile on his face.
Yes.
He enjoys the game. He pinch hit that game that they sat him, and he hit a long fly ball to the outfield. I think it was warning track, maybe just before the warning track. And they show him turning the dugout. It was an important at-bat. I believe the game was tied or they were down 1. It might have been the 9th inning. And he had like a smile that you could just read. Damn, I just missed that one. This kid might be something special, might be a flash in the pan that all 3 of his hits and 18 at-bats or whatever are home runs.
You want to find out, though, right?
Kind of do. I kind of do.
I want to find out also.
And when you have Bryce Harper down and you need a left-handed bat in the lineup and you have a designated hitter position open and, you know, sure, you're going to put Castellanos in there because you want to take him out of right field.
Right.
Hey, you know what?
Let's
ride. Go. Let it go. Let it ride. Let's see what happens. I think if he is given the time, I think Derek Hall might turn out to be one of the better feel-good stories of this season moving forward. So.
I didn't put it in my notes because I saw your thing and I said, I think the same thing.
You knew what it was?
I thought because I'm going, I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
I was excited by the story.
So was I. And watching the broadcast, I remember post-game after they won, and he hit the home run, but John Kruk is talking about him smiling, but they were still down. And he's like, I couldn't do that. But you can't help but see him smile and not feel good about what he's doing.
Exactly.
The story coming up, hitting the home runs, and then there are meaningful home runs.
Yeah.
And you have to feel good about them. And we talked about the must-see TV thing. It's like you must see him in the lineup. You must see him on your television screen because you want to see him succeed.
Yeah, I kind of the left-handed bat, the big body, the joyous attitude that he seems to have. Yeah,
you like the smiling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, the smile that he had when, even though they were down, and it's like what John said. Some players you probably would say, "What the hell are you smiling about?"
Right.
Yeah. I think he was like, "Damn, I just missed that,"
Right.
and it brought out the. He's having fun playing. I never have a problem with that.
I love the effect watching someone like him has on veterans making $10, $15, $20 million, and watching them have fun, watching him have fun. So to me, that's where I get the real joyousness from.
Yeah.
What joyousness? Did you bring some joy to the day? Did you bring some joy to others? Connor, he's bringing it.
He definitely is. I just, I don't know, a lefty-lefty matchup. I can't really fault Rob Thompson for giving him a day there. I get he's hot, but
that's why Bob was saying it's the selfish thing. He just wants to see him.
I know. Yeah, I get that. I think it was a fine move. They pinch hit him later in the game to get him an opportunity to swing because he was hot.
Did you say a fine move?
Yeah.
All right, this
you
is
sound
a
like
guy.
you're 70.
What? How
That's
does
like
that
your
make you
grandpa
70?
would say that.
So
that was a fine move. The manager made a fine move there, Connor.
Connor downplayed Derek Hall's second home run last week because he said it was off of a position player.
It was. He was throwing 70 miles an hour down the
This
middle.
coming from a guy who takes walks in softball. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
I watched like Ronald Acuna hit 2 over the batter's eye on the Ashburn Alley off of this type of pitcher. Like, it's batting practice. Yeah, he hit the home run. Mickey Moniak got out the at-bat before Derek Hall went yard.
Facing
By the way,
underhanded softball.
you never got down last week, did you?
What do you mean?
You never got down last week during the Braves series?
Oh, no,
Monday and Tuesday
I couldn't get
afternoon
down
show?
ahead of it, and then I didn't because I was supposed to say hi to your old friend
Dansby Swanson.
Dansby
Yes,
he didn't come out for batting practice the third game of the
on
series.
the third day, he did.
So I didn't get a chance to because I was on the afternoon show the other 2 days.
I had the book for Dansby that I forgot, and then he had a book for me that I forgot. So I'll get it in July. His book is Becoming a King.
Who's his fiance from the soccer team?
Malpew.
Okay.
She is from the U.S. women's soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we had a history of trading books. If I read a book, because I would read a book in spring training, I always have a book, and I'd bring books with me to spring training, and I'd read. But I have to read a book. Has to be a book. Can't be online. So I had a book, so then he gave me a book, and I gave him a book, and we started switching books. So I had a book, and Connor was going to bring the book down for me, and I forgot to give it to him.
Yeah, he played too well in the first 2 games, so I probably would.
By the way, doesn't he
held out the.
How much would you like to see him in a Phillies uniform next year?
Oh my God, yeah, for sure. He's incredible defensively this year. He's like a top 3 shortstop in baseball defensively. He's an incredible.
Come on, Connor, make the call, man.
We can get this thing done.
I'll let him know. I will.
We can get this thing done. All right, we are 21 days away. 21, not to FanFest. That's October 1st. 21 days away. By the way, last pair of FanFest tickets for today. Call the D-Train right now. Go, woo, woo. 215-263-0975. Tell the D-Train you want to hop on board, and you hope it's a bumpy ride. All the way to FanFest, brought to you by our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. It's October 1st. You got to be 21 to enter. Call right now. You'll get the last pair of FanFest tickets for today. 21 days away. Get to it next. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. I can tell you this. Window Nation's got a great deal for you. And with the hot weather this summer, and the hot weather has been knocking on your door, that means your air conditioner's running overtime because the cool air is not staying inside because you got drafty windows. So Window Nation has got a summer deal for you. Save $200 off any style new window from Window Nation. Better yet, you're going to pay nothing until 2024. So you save $200 off any style new window. But John, I got vinyl windows, I got fiberglass windows, I got wood windows. What if I told you they've got them all? Over 1,500 custom window combinations are available. So every size, every style, every color that you could want, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. With $200 off any style new window from Window Nation, and you're paying nothing until 2024, this is the time for you to make the call today. Make the investment in your home, pay for it in 2024. Call 866-90NATION. But do your window shopping online at windownation.com.
The John Kincade Show.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
There's never been a better time to get started with gig speed internet and advanced security from Comcast Business. And now, for a limited time, get 3 months on us. Call or go online today to learn more. And 7/21/2022. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 1 gigabit internet. Security Edge, 1 voice line and Connection Pro customers only. 3-year contract required. 3 months on us after prepaid card redemption. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Root Metrics 5G data reliability wins in 2H 2021. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. With gas prices at all-time highs, now's the time to donate.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With your donation, you'll receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher, so donate today.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut-rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt. One of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold. Deadline fast approaching. But a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Are you tired of being tracked online? There's a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Thanks, everyone, for baking your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
For over 35 years, Health Partners Plans has been proudly caring for people in the community. Our nationally recognized Medicaid plan offers a growing network of doctors and hospitals so you can get care close to home. Health Partners can help you get the care you need, including doctor and hospital visits, prescriptions, immunizations, eye and dental care, and more. To learn more, please call 1-800-553-0784 or visit hpplans.com. Health Partners, trusted care where and when you need it.
In the heat of the moment, you keep it calm and cool with a $3 medium ice cold brew. And not just any cold brew, but one that's slow steeped and mixed with brown sugar and molasses flavor. With a cold foam infused with brown sugar coolness and a cinnamon sugar sprinkle on top. That's keeping it calm, cool, and cold brewed. With Dunkin's new brown sugar cream cold brew, now $3 along with all medium cold brews. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You think Jamie has some really crazy opinions? Don't worry. We do too.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Turn on the mic, John. The show works better when you do. 9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the Bagster. You may not realize this, Devon, but it's a dumpster in a bag.
Dumpster in a bag.
Yes, dumpster in a bag.
All right.
That's what it is. It's the Bagster. You can get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's, and for details, go to Bagster.com. By the way, and Cooney, all I could think of was you. On the drive down, when we went down to the Jersey Shore for the day, and I'm looking forward to a trip down later on this summer for where we're going to stay down for a few nights. We took the ride over the first time ever that from our house, it took us on the Delaware Memorial Bridge. I've never taken that bridge to Jersey.
No?
Ever. Always was a Commodore Barry's man. Commodore Barry was my mom's, that's the one she liked to take. So that's the one I was always most comfortable with taking out of Delco.
Sure.
Commodore Barry, and then going that way. The ride down, holy man, has it changed. You know, the roads are so much
No more
wider.
horse and buggy?
They're so much wider and nicer. and there are so many things where Christina was like, oh, I want to stop there. I want to stop there. We were on either 40 or 55, and there was the swap shop on the right-hand side on 40. I think it was on 40, where it was like a big flea market, like this gigantic flea market.
Okay.
And she said, oh, I definitely want to do that.
See, I don't know where you go off of the
Delaware Memorial.
Right. Did you then get on 295, or what did you get on from there?
No. We took all back roads.
Oh, okay.
It was all back road driving down to Cape May.
I've never taken back roads from there.
It was unbelievable, beautiful, though.
So
the ride was so beautiful.
You want to go back?
Oh, yeah, we're definitely
flea market.
Oh, she wants to do it, so I will. Yeah, I'm fascinated by those things. Is sometimes to look at what other people will buy.
There's everything
junk,
there.
Someone else's junk.
Yeah.
Someone else says, I can do something with it.
Absolutely.
I got a buddy of mine in Georgia who literally drove around with his truck, would go to those type of they call them more swaps in the South, and they would go and load up his truck. He'd take stuff back to his garage and he'd work on them, and then he'd sell them. And he'd sell the stuff for 10 times what he bought it for.
Someone can always make use.
His big thing was finding wagon wheels or ships, steering wheel. They don't call them steering wheels on a ship, do they?
I think so.
Steering wheel of a ship. You know,
Well, we know what
you know
you're
what I
talking
mean.
about. Yeah.
He looked for those all the time because he had a woodworking, and he would make those things look beautiful. And then he'd go up to Lake Lanier,
the Death Lake,
and the Death Lake. By the way, it hit again this weekend too, and and they would sell, and he would sell them, big time. He'd buy them for $10, sell them for $250, $300. It's unbelievable what people can do to turn junk into gold. Is amazing. I'm not skilled like that.
Meaning?
So
you're not either?
No.
In our backyard, we bought an older house or whatever. It had a built-in double grill, where the gas line went through the ground and all. Can't really get rid of it. I had them come out, shut off the gas line, it's all capped, everything like that. But now in the middle of the yard, or right outside of the yard, you have this double grill, black, old. What can you do with it? So my wife says, take the tops off of them, permanently remove them. She gets spray paint. Spray paints it a beautiful blue, a bright, bright blue, and puts 2 plants in each side of it.
That's fantastic idea.
I'll show you a picture. I'll tell you what, it's one of my favorite things about the backyard.
Donna Cooney, HGTV show.
Oh, she is HGTV.
She should get she should have one, though. We could call it Cooney's Corner.
No, she
and
watches
Donna could do that.
No,
no. I mean, she watches it so much. I told you guys this story, but that we were having some work done on our house. I went over to the contractor's house, who became a good friend, And Donna and I went over there, and she said, I watch a lot of HGTV. Let me show you the design I want for the bathroom. And he started laughing, but also gave in to the exact design that she wanted.
Because he knew that she could make it work.
Yeah, you know.
She's got eyes for that stuff.
So, Devon, you're an HGTV too?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No. I don't watch those shows.
Connor, I would imagine you don't.
You know, I kind of do enjoy those a little bit.
Do you?
But,
I like a lot of them.
I don't have the time to watch them, but
if I go past one and I'll see something happening, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But I don't. The next episode, if they're running some sort of marathon, I'm not watching.
There's one that I will not watch out of spite. Is the mother and the daughter in Indianapolis?
I don't know that
because my friend, my old producer Hoyt, his wife went to high school with a girl, and she was like the mean girl in the class. So I will not watch the show.
The mother or the daughter?
The daughter.
The daughter. Okay.
On the show was the mean girl in her high school class, and she's a very likable. My mom and my daughter, we do renovations in Indianapolis, but she's like, yeah, she was one of the meanest son of a in our entire class. So I won't watch it because of that.
I like Mean Girls.
And she goes, how do you know that Lisa, my wife goes, well, how do you know it wasn't Lisa that just she didn't like? So you should watch the show.
Or how do you know she's even like that now?
You should watch the show.
So 2 things off of the YouTube channel real quick. The helm.
The helm
is what it's called on a ship.
Okay.
And you may have been going past Cowtown.
Yes. That was it, Cowtown.
So funny because I was talking to one of my cousins. Yeah. I was talking to one of my cousins yesterday who was watching her grandchildren. She took them down to Cowtown while they were there for the week.
My wife absolutely wants to go visit Cowtown on the way down the shore.
Cowtown's cool. I've been to a rodeo before. Yeah, down there.
And she's like, I want to go to see this. She goes, I want to see a rodeo.
Yeah.
I said, what? You're from Jamaica.
You said saddle up.
I'm like, you're from Jamaica. You want to go to a rodeo? Why?
Why not?
She goes,
Rodeo's
it's Americana.
Exciting. Why not?
She says it's Americana to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we go to Jamaica. Why wouldn't she want to go to a
Well, I can tell
rodeo?
you this, is nobody celebrates the 4th of July like my wife. She just, because she became a citizen at 13, came to this country at 10, fled a country that was being literally overthrown, and she is so appreciative to be here. She loves her country. And she was so excited. And she loves anything America. A yard sale. Like she'd stop at a yard sale. A random yard sale just to look. I would never do that in a million years.
We went to a farmer's market early Saturday morning before we went down the shore. Just like a city-long block of different...
that would be awesome.
It was great. It was great. We got fruit. We got vegetables.
I do that.
Corn. Yeah, that was...
I'm not going
I want to start doing that every Saturday.
But you don't do the flea market?
No, I'm not going into the Cooney's yard where their garage door is open and they got folding chairs out and there's stuff on their front lawn.
Yeah, I like
but with
I'm
your
not
wife,
doing that.
But with your wife.
My wife would absolutely do it.
Why wouldn't you do it?
Because she wouldn't, because I just would not. I don't feel comfortable because I have a hard time showing my, like, this is junk face. Like looking
John
at it.
doesn't like OPJ.
Put some glasses on.
What's
I don't know.
OPJ?
Other people's junk.
Other people's junk. Like I want the junk. I want the junk out of my house. I don't want any junk in my house.
But that might not be junk to you once you saw it.
She could fix it.
Yeah.
Like she could find stuff and make it work. I just am not.
Wait, hang on real quick. So what's the difference between a farmer's market and a flea market? Because
farmer's market's food.
Yeah, it's
that's
food,
all it is.
Drinks.
Flea market is
the
stuff. And farmer's market is food.
farmer's bringing food. They're bringing produce. They're bringing
and then the fleas bring the stuff.
And fleas. And why is it flea market?
That's my point. I don't understand.
Coach, do you know stuff? I mean, you should know this. Why would it be a flea market? I'm thinking
I
because
never knew.
I've always thought because it's flea bag stuff. It's
Maybe?
stuff that would be like infested with fleas.
Jeez.
That's not a great marketing
That's a
scheme by them.
reach. Yeah.
No, but I think it's a junk.
Well, then who the hell came up with that needs to be fired.
Well, fleas, I would think that fleas.
I would have called it the good stuff
Maybe
to
it's
buy
flea,
market.
like I need this stuff to flee my house.
No, that's FLEE.
Okay.
Yeah.
FLEA.
Hey.
Somebody named it after the annoying bug.
Maybe it was a bad speller.
Maybe
like-
it was a tiny
It'd
market.
be like roach market. Like I think if you're never going to get me to go to a roach market because I hate roaches.
Do you know that they closed the one over to Tacony?
The roach market?
The
In
flea
Taco-
market.
the flea market.
Oh, really?
It's, I was driving by there recently, and it was closed.
Huh.
Is that the giant flat building that goes on and on and on?
No, you have to go in through what? There's the entrance with it's like a driveway.
Oh, okay.
Trees, So you wouldn't see it. You'd see the sign.
Oh, okay.
But you wouldn't see it. It's across from a popular car dealership.
Okay.
Right there.
There we go.
Very good.
Hey,
I've been doing radio for a while.
Yes, you have.
you got that. Hey, 3 weeks, 21 short days. Vacation for the teams comes first because the NovaCare complex is going to be a relative ghost town for the next 2 weeks. If you want to run into Nick Sirianni, you can find him down the Jersey Shore, I'm sure. But on the 26th, 3 weeks from today, players report, and the 2022 Eagles season will officially kick off. For me, it's the most anticipated season since 2018. Because in 2017, I thought they were going to be better. I thought they'd be a playoff team after the first year of Carson Wentz, but never in the summer did I even contemplate that I would have been cashing the Eagles to win the Super Bowl ticket that I cashed that February. After 10 days away from the microphone, here's where I'm at. I feel way more confident than I did before the 2017 Eagles season right now. I mean, way more confident. No stupid all-star team chatter, which I'm glad I got to miss last week. I am expecting a home playoff game. I'm expecting a division title. And I'm expecting a puncher's chance. Maybe even a good chance that this team could go on a nice playoff ride. That's where I'm at. And yes, $100 was put down on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Because if I think they're going to be a playoff team, I put it down. So I said, there you go, $100 put down on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. And I'm hoping it ends up being something that would be really cool to cash in. But I'm way more confident than I was going into the 2017 season.
Sure.
Much more.
Well, that team was coming off a 7-9 season.
Wentz had shown you a lot, though, to get you excited.
Yeah, once it showed you something, you look like it could be. But to make that leap from 7-9 first-year player,
correct,
to what happened in his second year, that was shocking. And I don't think any of us expected that. I was excited for the year after they won the Super Bowl because, okay, you won the Super Bowl, you won it with your backup quarterback. Your franchise quarterback had a phenomenal, what could have been an MVP season, and he was coming back from injury. I thought 2018 was the year I had the most expectations going into a season, and it just didn't play out because you had the broken back and, things went the way they did.
I agree. I thought 2018 after the Super Bowl season was going to be really good. You kind of got, and I was one of those people that wanted Carson Wentz to come back early. I thought that it was necessary. If he was ready to go, bring him back and keep it rolling. But you kind of got a sense a little bit early when you had the distractions.
Yeah.
The hangover, which was the book from Doug Peterson and a lot of the appearances, that the players were still doing as they were heading into training camp. And as excited as I was wondering if this is one of those teams that can just overcome that stuff and still go out there and perform. And look, they got to the, second round? They got to?
Yeah,
they lost to the Saints.
They won the double doink.
The Bears. And then they lost to the Saints on the Alshon Jeffrey drop.
Correct.
And they might have been able to do something.
They would have played the Rams, and they had already had success against the Rams.
For whatever reason, they had the Rams number.
Right.
And something maybe could have happened. We saw what happened when they got to the Super Bowl in 2017. So I was excited for the 2018. And this year, I am really excited. I've already said that I think they're double-digit. I don't know if it's 10, 11, or 12, but they are a double-digit win team. And I think that they can do some stuff. A lot of it is heavily reliant on the quarterback and his natural progression this offseason, the workouts and changing some things with his mechanics. Can those things make a difference this season for him?
I excited. I'm not going to. I'm always excited for football season, as we all are, because we all just love it so much. I'm anxious to see what this team is. Excited would make me think, oh, man, they have a chance to win the Super Bowl. I'm not there. I'm anxious to see, and it all falls to what you said, Devon, and we all know this, but it does. I'm anxious to see how much better Jalen Hurts has gotten.
I'm expecting a division title. Is that bold?
I'm expecting a fight for the division title.
That's a great way of putting it. I'm expecting a
It comes down to the last 2 or 3 games.
Between them and Dallas.
Last 2 or 3 games, the division's in the hanging.
Yes.
In the balance is where you're at.
Yes, I think it's going to be competitive between those two teams.
Connor, I'm expecting a division title. I think they're better than Dallas.
I don't know that we need to come into this season expecting that because I feel like you could get a 12-win season and then be disappointed if they lose the division by a game. Like, they could be a very talented team and still not win the division because I still think Dallas is dangerous. Expecting them to compete for it, I think, is the more correct, more reasonable expectation.
I don't want to be reasonable.
Okay. Hey, that's fair. Then you're in the right
honestly,
spot.
I don't want to be reasonable.
Why not?
Because I just don't want to be reasonable. I want to be.
You look at them and say,
I want to be
this
giddy.
team is good.
I want to be giddy because I really do believe they're good.
Well,
I don't want to do all-star
they are
game.
good.
I don't want to do all-star team stuff.
No, that was
But I
foolish.
really believe they are. Like, I'm going to be incredibly disappointed if they're not a playoff team.
There will be a playoff.
Like
They're
an
going to be a
incredible
playoff team.
Well, the way you have to look at it is you have to break it down like this. Week 1 is a win. Week 2 is
I think
a win.
we're a little slow, Bob. We got
Week
something we
3,
got to get to, though.
I have
you
them
keep
winning.
that. Keep us
And
up to
week 4.
We're going to get back to that.
So 4-0.
We're
Week
going to get
5,
back
I
to
think
that.
they lose to the Card.
I got to get
We're
this
not
in
doing
here.
this?
No, not right now. Staples stores are a new world of possible. We got innovative tools for small business, remote workers, and learners. You can explore more at your local Staples store or visit staplesconnect.com. Devon, if you haven't figured that out yet,
I know.
John is anti the win-loss game. John has his rules, like much like Sheldon Cooper on The Big Bang Theory.
John?
I got my rules, and that's one of them. It's like we don't do the win-loss.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
We're not giving out midterm report card grades.
What if we go down
today.
and just go yes or no, will the Eagles score more points than the other team?
Now,
Now,
that's
see,
an interesting.
that's a good
Just a nice
exercise.
little twist on it.
Connor, try that on your weekend show and see if I compliment you next week.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you, every one of you. Now, whether you played, you're playing, you're coaching, or whatever. Players exhausted at practice. You've been running sprints or something. Did you ever have a coach who made you put your hands on your head to breathe and told you to not do the hands on the knees?
Yeah, our coach always told us, get your body up straight, therefore the wind goes through you easier than if you're bent over at the waist, it doesn't. And he also said, I never want to see anything coming out your mouth.
What's that mean?
No spitting,
No spitting,
nothing.
no nothing.
Just breathe through
Just
your
breathe.
mouth.
Okay, so you the idea is stand up straight.
Yeah.
Connor?
Yeah, always. Hands over the head, stand up straight, stop bending over.
Okay, which coach do you want to call right now?
All of them.
Because every one of your coaches is a liar.
Says who?
The American Medical Association. The hand on the knees posture results in clearly superior heart rate recovery and a greater tidal volume of air into the lungs compared to the hands on the head posture. And it's not close. Air into your lungs, 25 to 30% more. Hands on the knees compared to hands on the head.
Now, I'm guilty of both. They would tell you that, but sometimes you just naturally, I got to bend over here and tug on the shorts because of what you were just doing for however long you were doing it.
Right.
I just did both. But I had pretty good stamina, so I wasn't one of those people that really had to worry. I could stand up, take a quick tug at the shorts. I didn't even drink a lot of water or Gatorade until after the game.
Did you have coaches that said that to you?
No.
Drinking water was bad because you're younger.
No, but
because there were.
I just took it. I was just that person.
No,
I
there
didn't
were
have to.
coaches that said, no, you're not getting water.
Sure.
So our coach had a sheet of how the practice was run. And in the middle of it, like say if we had a practice 2 to 4 at say, 3 o'clock, it would say washout from 3 to 3:05. And he would put the clock up. And we had 5 minutes to go get your water, go to the bathroom. Now, of course, times have changed.
Now everybody has their monogram team water bottle.
With your
that
name
they gotta
on
have,
it, your
name
number.
on it, your number.
Yeah. Look, things weren't very clean
No, they weren't.
when we were back playing. Let's put it that way.
And you were in
yeah.
a line at the water fountain, probably.
Oh, God, yeah. Or you went to the bathroom and turned on the faucet and put your head under
100%.
there if you weren't throwing up from all the running you did. Yeah,
I mean,
there
but
was a
that's
lot of
it.
stuff going
so
on.
now you know.
That was fun.
Your coaches lied to you.
Water hose.
So find a
They didn't lie. They
Yes,
were
they did.
they were misinformed. When did this come out?
This is just, by the way, this has just been reinforced. It was a 2019 study that was just reinforced because so many people complained and said that's not true. So they did an advanced metric study, and it is absolutely true. Put your hands on your knees. It is the best way to recover. It gets your heart rate down, to a more logical level, keeps you from gasping for air, and allows you 25 to 30% more air coming into your lungs. So put your hands on your knees. So if you're a runner like Chunas, I see Chunas in there. If you're a runner like Chunas, recover with your hands on your knees, not your hands above your head.
And I was a hands on the hip guy.
Yeah.
You were hands on hips?
Yeah. I would just stand up straight.
I was thinking
it's that relaxing hands on the hip. All right, I'm get myself together. I'm not tugging at the shorts. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just hands on the hip.
See, I think hands on the hips, a little effeminate.
Okay.
When I see the look,
I didn't.
I see looks of,
I don't care.
I see. I know you.
Guess
don't.
what? I'm getting through what I need to get through at that moment. Even if my foot is different, I don't care. Guess what? Hands on the hip.
That's literally like a superhero pose. When you see like Superman standing with a cape blowing in the wind, it's literally hands on the hips. That's like, come on.
Yeah,
that's
and
a
he's
power
wearing
pose.
tights.
Okay,
that's
well,
okay.
He's wearing tights.
Guess
You
what?
argue with
So
Superman
was I.
about
with my compression shorts under my basketball shorts.
And he's
I
wearing
had my tights
Speedos,
on.
and he's wearing
I'm
Speedos above his tights.
All good.
You got issues with Superman now?
Wait a minute. Superman.
Worried about breathing here.
When Superman had to go to the bathroom, he not only had to take the Speedo off, but the tights
Whoever said Superman even has to go to the bathroom?
He went as Clark Kent. He went before he became Superman.
So
he didn't even go. He just went and read the Daily Planet.
You're telling me saving the world, he never had to take a whiz.
You're not thinking about it. Back
He
to
never
Clark Kent.
ever.
That's why he's a Superman, because he knew to
There's
go
too
before
much
saving
going
the world.
on. You can't worry about that. There's too much going on. I'm saving this. I don't have time to go to the bathroom.
No, I go all the time as Clark.
Exactly. When I get back, I'm good.
And you don't think it's strange, too, that Batman designed a costume like that? You're going to be a crime fighter.
Yeah.
You design a costume that looks like that?
Why? He's a bat.
No, but I mean, it's like it's a little too ornate.
Why not just look cool?
So that's what it was?
So what's the appropriate superhero costume?
Well,
Design
it's not
one.
spandex. It's not spandex.
Jeans and a nice T-shirt. What do you want
And a leather jacket. Fonzie had the ultimate.
Come on.
And a Scully
Business casual.
with the Scully on.
Business casual.
Business casual.
You know what? A whole new line of superheroes, Connor.
Come on, man.
We can do this.
You got to stand how you have to stand when you're trying to catch your breath.
That's
by the
part
way,
of what makes
meeting
them
man
super.
is here to save
By
the
the way,
day.
I don't know the amount of guys yesterday, too.
Water
that were-
cooler boys.
I saw guys on my guys that were sending out pictures of, is it Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
It's Chris Pratt?
doing?
I
Showing
don't know.
pictures of Chris Pratt's behind yesterday on social media
Oh, I didn't see
I
this.
missed this
for
one.
4th of July.
I saw more Usher from his tiny desk appearance.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
That's what I
saw.
He is.
It was it was the watch this confession this song.
Yeah,
and
it was- yeah.
And people were just using that as a like you know some
There you
stuff
go.
going on and so watch this. I'll show you one.
Bob Cooney had one of the best long weekends he's had in a long time. But there might have been one little glitch to it. He'll tell us about it coming up. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully your long weekend's continuing. But if not, you feel like you're still part of the party. You're on the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
It's Hoagie Fest. Today's the day. Follow your taste buds. They'll show you the way. Hoagie Fest is here. Na 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 na.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is back. Summer tastes better when it's full of hoagie love. Get $5 shorties and $6 classic hoagies. Limited time only. See store for exclusions.
Back by popular demand, Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up again to bring you frozen handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic. Like
Going to the beach.
going to the beach with a delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy milkshake. And
Binging season 3 of that show.
binging season 3 of that show with a tasty Chips Ahoy smoothie. Whatever you're doing this summer, make it epic. Chips Ahoy frozen handcrafted beverages are back, and 20% off when you order and pay on the Wawa app.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
There's never been a better time to get started with gig speed internet and advanced security from Comcast Business. And now, for a limited time, get 3 months on us. Call or go online today to learn more. And 7/21/2022. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 1 gigabit internet. Security Edge, 1 voice line and Connection Pro customers only. 3-year contract required. 3 months on us after prepaid card redemption. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Root Metrics 5G data reliability wins in 2H 2021. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
This is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup sound experiment. We're looking to find the perfect way to hear Reese's so you'll buy more of them. Here we go. Reese's. 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 Hey, get out of here, you little stinker. Reese's.
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 Peanut Butter Cups. That breathy one sounded very creepy, am I right?
They say to never mess with the classics, but Panera did just that and more with our new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. By using pan-seared chicken, our secret garlic aioli recipe, Parmesan crisps, and pickle chips, all on a buttery brioche roll. Because if no one messed with the classics, you'd never have a chicken sandwich this good. New Chef's Chicken Sandwiches from Panera. Only $1 delivery fee when you order on our app. Restrictions apply. For details, visit PaneraBread.com/delivery info.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Thinking about gas mileage? Quality oil like Valvoline Full Synthetic can help you get more out of every mile. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $36.99. Got an older vehicle? Try Valvoline Full Synthetic high mileage options. Get what you need for better fuel efficiency at any of our 6,200 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
20,000 bonus points, 18.99% variable APR, and a $32 statement credit when you spend $200 before your dog's 8th birthday.
Credit card ads have all sorts of numbers, but they mean nothing to you if you don't get approved. So here's Credit Karma's number, 50. Like members who shop on Credit Karma get approved over 50% more often than the national average. Now that's a number you can rely on. Credit Karma. Apply with more confidence. Member approval rates in 2021 over 50% higher than 2020 CFPB national average.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Save on juicy summer berries at Whole Foods Market. Get 16-ounce organic strawberries, 2 for $6 through July 5th. Plus an extra 10% off for Prime members while supplies last. Promotion varies by location type. See terms and exclusions on our app.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
You may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose Bradford White. Bradford White is here for the pro. They are great folks. That Bradford White water heater will keep that water splashing on you. You get in, you get that morning shower going this morning. I needed it this morning to get going again after some time away, which is always nice.
I feel like I've showered more this summer than any other in my life.
Well, you've been doing all the yard work.
Yeah, that and we have a pool, so when you go swimming and stuff, then
you got to do that before getting into bed.
I don't do it well. Like yesterday, I got up in the morning, I took a shower, not realizing we went out to do some things. I was like, you know what, I got to do some yard work on the front lawn. So I did that, worked up a real good sweat. Took another shower, then was hanging by the pool all day, and then went in the pool swimming a couple of times. So then it was another one. I'm losing clothes and showers. I don't like it.
You know you have good neighbors when you know you have a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
Very good, Bobby.
You're welcome.
There was a they do at the Bellagio. They have the flower displays that they make into themes every season. So for summer, it was the African wild, and they were showing all these things of animals. There's a giant lion and tiger and everything. Mm-hmm. Then they have this water area and they have these flamingos. So I take a picture of these two pink flamingos, and I texted to my neighbor, Mark, and I said, I'm thinking of picking these up for the front lawn. Do you want me to get you some for their house? So last night, I retire early. And what is in my flower bed this morning? A lit up pink flamingo.
Oh, that's nice.
In our flower bed this morning. That Mark came back from the beach. His family's still down there, and he has a pink flamingo in the bed. But somehow it was lit up. It has a solar panel on it. So it lights up at night. So I pull out this morning. I'm like, there's a pink flamingo in the bed. I said, very, very cool. You know you have good neighbors.
Is it right next to the pineapple?
It is not. We do not have the pineapple flag.
Oh, okay.
We don't swing that way. No pun intended, Bob.
Oh, all right.
Does Devon know is he the pineapple?
I don't know about this. What's this?
Do you have anybody in your neighborhood that has a pineapple flag?
No.
This was rampant in Atlanta.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the same up here. The pineapple flag. You will notice that people put the pineapple flag in their yard. And then the next day you'll drive by and the pineapple flag won't be in their yard.
Okay.
Because you know why? That's where the party was that night.
Really?
For the swingers.
Oh, okay.
They would have the pineapple.
Or next time you go food shopping, look for somebody with an upside-down pineapple in their cart.
That's the sign?
That's a sign.
That's a tell.
Now, another one in Atlanta was Friday and Saturday night was people that were couples that were walking around with a shopping cart with a hand, what do you call it?
The cart.
Hand basket?
Hand basket.
Yeah.
Sitting in the cart, but nothing else in their cart.
Just the basket.
They were looking to meet you. So we learned all this thing, and we got taken into swingers culture down there. But I don't think it's really rampant up here.
In Atlanta.
In the same way. Well, Atlanta's.
We had a professional swinger on the show.
A professional swinger?
Honest to God, this guy called up and
How do you get to be professional?
He said, look, I am in the swing. He said, I'm not going to come on and Joe. He goes, I'll literally talk to you about how it plays out. And we had him on. Remember this, Coach? We had him on for, no? We had him on for a good 5 minutes.
I don't really.
But yeah, he was telling us all the rules of engagement, so to speak. The pineapple thing he said was absolutely
the key
true.
Party.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
The who party?
The key party.
Key party.
What does that mean?
You don't know the key party?
I'm not a swinger.
Seriously though, I'm not either. But I knew all these things. Is that you go to a party, people invite you to a party, and there are keys in a big
pick one
thing, and you pick the key. And then
that's where you wind
hang
up.
out. And by the way, Connor, the shocking part of it all, you may end up with somebody who has a mustache like yours.
Huh?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Figure it out for yourself.
I guess if you're in that party and keys, you're taking that chance.
You're taking that chance.
I got what
and you're open to everything. No pun intended.
Well,
just saying.
That's what they like.
Put the keys away.
We don't kink shame on this show.
Never.
In Cooney's Corner, Bob said his long weekend was fantastic, but there might have been one glitch.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Did it involve a pineapple flag?
No. I really did have a great weekend. It started Friday. We had our first happy hour at our house for friends came over. So great happy hour Friday night. Saturday went to the beach. Sunday I had a family barbecue. Yesterday just sat by the pool all day long. It was a great, great weekend. But not once, not twice, 3 times this was said to me among different people. I can't wait for football season to start.
There we go.
I mean, I don't want to waste the summer away, but no, stop. Football season will be here. Don't wish away the summer. I love the summer. I love football too, but I love the summer. Please don't wish for. And I know Anthony,
Yes,
coming
he
on
is.
after us.
Yep.
I'm surprised he hasn't come running in here already.
Well, Anthony's going to come in and say 68 days, Bob.
He hates summer, and all
Yep.
he wants is football season to come. But no, it's okay. The anticipation in a lot of things is the best part of it. So the anticipation of football season is great. Don't wish it away. It'll be here.
First things first.
boys.
We're already through June.
Yeah.
That was too fast.
Right? I know. My wife said to me, "Oh my God, it's going to be Memorial or Labor Day before we know it." I said, "No."
Yeah, exactly. I don't want
It's still
that.
2 months away.
No, and of course the kids don't want it. They don't want to go back to school yet.
No,
They
and
wa-
I don't want them
wanna
to go back to school. I like my kids.
I want to enjoy the summer. Why are we rushing it? Why
Yes, don't rush life anymore at all.
we don't rush the winter. We just go through it.
No, we do rush winter.
No.
Yes, we do.
No.
We wish that winter would go faster every year. We sit and we wish it would go faster.
No, because you say I don't want the football season to be over.
Yeah, I tell you this,
Right?
it does suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does, especially doing this job.
I mean, sitting in my house last night and looking outside at 9:02 and being able to see my neighbor across the street, his house, because there was still light left.
Why were you
at
staring at his house?
9:02? No, I love the light. I love summer. I love summer.
Are you for the daylight savings change, the possibility?
No,
that we
it's
talked
done.
about?
No, it's
Is
already
it,
done.
Is it official?
Yes, it's official.
I thought it was starting this next year.
No, this is the last year we will.
But I didn't know if they had approved of
Yeah,
it.
this is the last
Okay.
fallback we will ever do.
Bob, you good with that?
As long as we have more light in the day, I'm good.
I don't mind it at all.
Yes, I'll take more
I
light
like it.
every day that we can get.
Yeah, and keep the summer. I like the summer.
I'll tell you what, my favorite days of the year are waking up on a Sunday morning in the fall when football's happening.
it's the
Those
best.
are my favorite days.
It's not freezing. Any
But
day that's not
Don't
cold.
wish away the summer.
No, I'm with you on that one.
Don't do it.
Stop forcing it. It's fine.
It'll be here.
It's
like I
fine.
tell you, time never changes. It doesn't. There's 60 seconds in a minute. There's 60 minutes in an hour. There's 24 hours in a day. It never changes. It'll
Devon,
be
you
here.
And, you and Bob have a lot in common, it
Yeah.
seems like.
Listen, I don't like the cold. So that's another reason for me. I'm not a big, as you know,
Right.
I don't like the cold. So why rush the summer? I don't need to get to the winter any faster. I love football. I love enjoying when the team is playing well. I love watching the NFL, period. The rest of the teams. And then basketball and hockey are right there as well. But I don't need to run through the summer. I enjoy the summer.
I love the summer.
I
do.
personally wish that the NBA playoffs were going on right now.
You see, I'm okay with the traditional schedule.
See, I'd much rather see the NBA Finals
It
like
was
starting
fun last-
today.
it was fun
Like
last
have the
season.
NBA Finals start today, right after 4th of July, and then have them winding up just at the beginning of the start of training camp in the NFL.
That being said, though, and Anthony did this it was pretty cool a couple
When
of
he did
years
his
ago.
calendar?
And he broke it down
and
perfectly.
his calendar is
Yeah, yeah.
so cool, and he's been doing it for years.
I like his calendar.
But
Nice, but I like it this way.
I'm like, this is geeky, and Devon's going to be the same way. I'm excited to watch the Sixers Summer League game tonight, 7 o'clock. Now, it's only Salt Lake City, and
Vegas is later.
Vegas starts next week, but I do. I like that.
Really?
I do. I like Summer League, and because I covered it for so many years in so many different places, I do. I like the Summer League.
By the way, Becky Hammond's face is all over Vegas.
She's very
coaching
good
the
at her
women's
job.
team there.
She's very good.
But she's coaching the women's team,
The
I guess,
Aces.
the Aces?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh, they're advertising.
Well, they're very good. They're
Yeah.
really good.
Well, Becky's really good.
Before her, they were really good, and now she has come in with Asia Wilson already there and Kelsey Plume doing what they do with that team. They are really, really good, and she has come in now, and she is a tremendous coach. She's a fantastic coach, and that's the one thing I did say about Vegas. I don't care about going to Vegas anymore. I wanted to go see an Aces game.
Yeah.
I do want to go see an Aces game.
I wish the WNBA would come here, and
I was about
know,
to say,
John,
it's
you
not
have it,
here.
just because I'd like to see all that different talent.
And
come through.
the thing is, though, Bob, again, that's not my point
No, I know,
is
yeah.
on it is that I can understand if you say it would be nice to have it. It's the people who tell me the Philadelphia needs a WNBA team.
They don't need it.
The average WNBA game is around 2,500 people in the stands.
So when you talk about Becky Hammond's all over, just everywhere, billboards.
How about in the airport? At the baggage claim, Becky Hammond welcoming you to the, in the Las Vegas Aces right there. As you're pulling out of the airport, right near the Raiders Stadium, a giant billboard. Like WNBA being marketed.
They are good.
And I know through MGM is a big, they're big into.
I've always liked Becky Hammond. Player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I talked to her briefly a few times in summer leagues, but did you see who took her place with the San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah, it's Brett Brown.
How about that, huh?
And yet Bob is still here.
I bet my life.
Yes, you
Somebody
did.
came out with the report. I bet my life on the air saying he's not going to take it. And he did.
I'm a little surprised he took it.
I'm shocked.
But what it tells me is.
And Sam has one more year, right? Lower Marion?
Yeah, and then playing at
And
Penn.
then Penn.
His son, yes.
What it tells me, though, is he had no other options.
Well, here's what it tells me, too. He was still getting paid by the Sixers, remember. He still had years left on his contract.
Okay.
So he was getting millions from the 76ers.
What it tells me, and this is with no inside knowledge,
Apparent?
is that Greg Popovich said, do you guys want me to pick the next head coach for the Spurs when I'm out of here in a year or two? And they said, yeah, we owe you that. And he said, okay, Brett's going to be my assistant, and then you're going to move him to head coach. So I think Brett Brown's going to be the next head coach of the San Antonio Spurs.
And they're rebuilding.
Yeah, they are.
He has experience in that.
Yeah, he does.
He certainly does.
Yeah.
The name Reggie Bullock.
Yes.
Intrigued me when I saw this, Devon. And but the question is, again, how could it potentially happen for the Sixers?
So with Reggie Bullock, his name has been thrown out there with the Sixers in general.
And then he threw it out.
And then he was on I saw two separate photos with people, some guys, and they captioned it as future Sixer, and the other one said he's going to be in Philly.
Yes.
Now, was he coming to a show? Was he coming to hang out with a former teammate or something here? I don't know. But apparently he liked those photos with him involved. And you know how we take those and we may run with it and all.
Maybe.
But Reggie Bullock at 6'6", 6'7", the outside shooter that he is, a role player, played a big role with that Dallas Mavericks team that got to the Western Conference Finals. If you look at what they've already done, and I kept pounding while the depth is needed for the bench, wings, and more wings. They've addressed it. But what they still need is someone who can also, while those guys can, they don't shoot like Reggie Bullock shoots. And he would be a tremendous pickup. I don't know his number. I didn't look it up, Bob, if you don't mind looking it up.
I think it's about 4.2.
That's how you do it. Okay?
Why would he want?
Well, he's still under contract.
He's still under
so
contract.
he would have to be
But
traded.
Because I'm going to tell you this: if I'm a Dallas Maverick teammate, I'm pissed. Because it appears that he's perpetuating this. I'd love to be somewhere else.
Well,
that would piss me off.
But you don't also know if he's been told many times that they were looking to shop him.
That could be.
And with that, that's the nature of the business.
Yeah.
So you take it for what it is, and if I see another spot where it's also a championship contender, I'm not going to be upset because they'll trade me just as much as I might want to get out of here. Not that he wouldn't like playing
and
with
then he
Luka
could end
Doncic.
up he could end up at a place where he's.
And look, you have shot creator and James Harden. You have a double team every time with Joel Embiid. You're going to get looks. Danny Green got a lot of looks.
Yeah, he's a career 39% three-point shooter.
Yes, and we were looking at him before, Bob. We talked about it last offseason before he signed with the Dallas Mavericks.
With him and Tyrese.
That's a pretty good.
You'd have two of the probably top 10 guys.
And Tyrese was top 3, finished at 42.6.
Because that'd be close to having like two top 10-ish guys, top 12-ish guys.
And even if he wasn't, you just know the guy can shoot.
Which helps Embiid in a major way.
Helps all of them.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just saw that. As you said, we don't get carried away. We don't see things and run with it. But we've heard the name before.
We've heard where there's smoke, right? And let's try to create some fire
and
in this
it's not the 6th yet. Tomorrow's the 6th, and that's when things start to really come down.
Yeah.
And maybe things start to pick up again. Even Kevin Durant with some of the smaller names, some trades. And as these deals become official, maybe something like that could pop up.
Where's Kevin Durant? Gut instinct. If I was to ask you today, just based on what you know, gut instinct, Kevin Durant opening night is walking out for what team?
The Brooklyn Nets.
Wow. That's not what I expected from you.
I think they play
Expound a little
hardball on this. I think Joe Tsai is frustrated with how things have played out. He's the new owner with the Brooklyn Nets the last 3 years. He has done everything that they've asked, including keep DeAndre Jordan and get rid of Jared Allen, who's now an all-star in Cleveland. He's frustrated with how this has all played out. He's done everything that Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant have asked for, and it has not worked. It's
Kevin
backfired.
Durant's a terrible GM.
Backfired on them, and including the Ben Simmons part of this. And I think that if he gets moved, he gets moved. But they're going to do what's best for them now, not what's best for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
I think that's a great point. But I also think that when a guy has come to you and said he wants out, I don't know if you can rely on that guy. And look, his most recent history on relying on people is Kyrie Irving and how that went back on him. So I will say that Kevin Durant is going to be introduced alongside Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Phoenix Suns.
That's where I'm sort of leaning to.
And
now,
Devon's
then that brings us
cousin
to
comes
this.
closer to home. Sorry,
Now,
buddy, if you don't like it.
Does he go to Brooklyn?
Who has the leverage, Phoenix or Brooklyn?
I think Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah.
Because here's what I know.
They don't have to do anything.
Exactly. They don't have to include everyone because they can execute that deal without including Mikal in it.
I'm firing you as my general manager. If Mikal doesn't become a member of the Brooklyn Nets.
Well,
if I lose Durant and I don't get Bridges, you're fired.
Well, here's the thing.
You're done.
You are supposed to ask for him.
Oh, sure.
James Jones doesn't have to give him to you.
No, I get you.
Yeah. So,
and if they don't, real quick, I'm sorry, if they don't want to give up Mikal, which I honestly believe they don't, and why would you, unless it's a Kevin Durant, the Sixers may have the best package to offer Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
That's why we said it earlier. Absolutely.
Yep.
Really?
Maxey.
Give me another team.
You got go to Miami.
Give us another team.
Well, they can't trade Bam again.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. Go to Toronto, which has become the hot name now.
Well, wait a minute, though. Toronto can give you like wings. They have more wings than PJs.
They are going to start with Scotty Barnes, asking for Scotty Barnes.
Okay.
Are you doing it?
For Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Yes.
I would.
I would absolutely.
With Masai Ujiri, though. Especially when you have to, he makes no money. So you're going to have to throw someone else in there, Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, that's
Is this a better deal, though, than what the Sixers can offer?
That's a better deal.
It is.
That's a better deal.
Well, the two wings, yeah.
But then again, though, does Kevin Durant tell them, I don't want to be in Canada?
I don't know, but we do have some news.
TJ Warren,
TJ Warren.
Just signed with the Brooklyn
A
Nets.
one-year deal. We don't have the numbers, but a lot of Sixer fans wanted TJ Warren. He signs a one-year deal with the Brooklyn Nets. What does that mean, if anything? Yeah.
That there's a deal coming and they needed him?
Well, a lot of people needed him. The question was how much money was he going to get because he's missed the last 2 years because of injury.
Right.
Now he gets that. We wait
and
to
he's
see
still
what the
not
number
going to be ready
is.
opening night?
He should be.
Now, I thought there was some
Is
question
there
of that,
still?
or maybe I'm not sure.
Okay,
Maybe I'm
I
not
don't.
sure.
I didn't hear that.
I thought there might have been some question about him being ready for opening night.
I wonder what he's thinking.
Interesting.
Yeah. What do you think? Gut. What does that tell you? Just opportunity?
I guess. Yeah, but there must have been some kind of a promise or some kind of a, this guy's probably going, and we could use you even more. I don't. Who the hell is signing a one-year deal with the Brooklyn Nets in the current state of affairs of which they
I
are?
wouldn't sign there at all until I knew what was going on.
Yeah, wouldn't you wait?
I would.
Now, is this number going to be through the roof? Wow.
They haven't signed anyone. They lost. They lost Bruce.
Whoa.
Bruce
What do you
Brown.
think he can get?
Well, he can get the mid-level.
Yeah.
Which is what?
$10 million.
10.
Yes.
Okay. If I'm 10, I think I'm signing on the dotted line for him. I think if I was him.
I
think I'd
if I'm
take
a
the
player,
10. And,
I don't want to. Brooklyn's like going into.
yeah, but it's a one-year deal.
Yeah, and if you're coming off of an injury, then
it's
you
a
see
one-year
team
deal.
that
You're
might
coming
have
off
more
of it.
opportunity.
Approve it.
Like,
And
when
then
are
a
you going to
10-year
have to
ride.
approve it?
And I'm getting 10, and I can go, and I know I'm going to get a lot of minutes, and I know I'm going to get that opportunity.
He would have been nice here. Off the bench.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes.
Did the last week, I can only imagine the Dante DiVincenzo calls were coming in?
Well,
we don't take calls in the morning show.
Good.
Well, but we talked about him.
Dante
And we
DiVincenzo.
said that was a good number. We didn't know what the
tell you
number was. Again,
Right.
He gets less than $5 million a year.
And that's what that would have been a deal.
And guess what? That was a great spot for him.
And I never thought, but I think he signed that deal. I think he went with that deal because of where he was going.
And this is also a counterpoint of a prove it. He felt Sacramento was kind of sabotaging him coming off the injury, not playing him, devaluing him. And now he gets to go there and play where Gary Payton II moves on and there's more opportunity for him. Otto Porter moves on. He's going to be that first guard off the bench. He might thrive there.
It's a great spot because guys go there and get better.
Yes.
He's a three-point shooter who go there and get better.
He defends.
He defends.
He can handle the basketball.
He can run the floor. He's got strong legs, meaning he can run. He can get up.
And Steve Kerr is going to find ways to use you that are going to showcase you.
And look, he's a winner already. We know that. He has already won a title with the Bucks. The two at Nova. He's going to another winning situation in a culture that he can fit right into.
And that obviously mattered to him.
Yes.
Good decision on his
smart
part.
by
Great
him.
decision.
Smart.
Yeah.
He'll get paid on this next one.
Hey, the beach, the boardwalk, the boat on the bay. You can bet parks when you're down the shore. Download the Bet Parks app. You got to be 21 in Jersey. Should you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. The fact that Connor was saying yesterday he thought it was really cool that the Phillies didn't play on the 4th of July, which I just think in summary sucked.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's such a day. It is such a day for baseball to attempt. I think of the NBA, Connor. I think of the NBA, which takes Jesus' birthday and decides to create a situation where they make it all about them. Now, the ridiculousness of that, it still tunes into a day where I end up tuning on NBA basketball games I don't even really give a damn about.
I got you, but when I hear about the Sixers playing on Christmas, I think about Tyler Zulli, who runs the board for those broadcasts, and make sure Tom McGinnis is sounding great. And Tyler Zulli gets to have Christmas off if the Sixers don't play. And then I think about the hundreds of people that get the day off because the Phillies don't play and get to have their first 4th of July with their families in a while. And I'm like, okay, well, they play 162 times a year. I'm okay with them not playing on 4th of July to get this day they never get off.
I'm not. I wish they'd get their backsides to work.
Well, guess what? They play tonight. Hey, we're good.
Which just makes no sense.
They play tomorrow. Day after that, I think.
They have 7 off dates in 8 weeks.
Okay.
They could have played 4th of July. Yeah. The schedule makers could have made it that they play on the 4th of July in Philadelphia.
I'm not losing sleep over it.
Much like the mayor, they didn't want to go to work yesterday, I guess. They enjoyed the day off.
Ouch.
It's unbelievable.
Boom.
Did he resign yet? The mayor said he can't wait till he's not mayor so he can go back to enjoying things again. I echo your sentiments, Mr. Mayor. I echo your sentiments. I can't wait either.
That's where the Usher meme comes in now.
I mean, seriously.
Couldn't do anything. I couldn't top the soda tax. Let me show you. Watch this.
Watch this. If there's anybody else in Philly sports, if anyone in Philadelphia sports came out and said, I'm having a miserable time, I can't wait till I'm no longer the coach or no longer the quarterback or no longer the point guard.
Well,
what would we say?
Well, Alec Boehm got through it.
Yeah, he did. But he just said he hated it here.
Right.
He didn't hate playing the sport.
He hated it here.
Yeah,
I think he really.
Not a good look.
I think it's just not.
Not
I mean,
a good
seriously,
look. Not a good look.
It's not.
No.
It is not. Hopefully, you had a great weekend. Hopefully, if it's a vacation week, we hope you're bringing us down the shore with you. We don't take up a lot of space. Just bring your phone, take the app, and listen to us down at the beach. We love it. So come on down, go down the Jersey Shore with the John Kincade Show every morning. We love you. And Anthony's coming your way next. He's going to have a great day. And we wanted to say, go today, 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR, and make a donation today to the American Association for Cancer Research because you're making a big difference every day with a $5, $10, $20 investment. You absolutely are helping the cause. AACR, 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. We will be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Devon, thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. Back to nights tomorrow.
And all week long, right?
And all week long.
Egan will be back tomorrow. He'll be in Jamie's seat.
I'm sorry. Was that on the air?
That was on the air. Cuz Radio comes your way next. Have a great, great Tuesday, everybody.
The John Kincade Show.
If you don't like it, go on the internet and complain.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you